upstairs to get your stuff from.
That's not
Oh,
good.
No. And it wasn't essential maintenance, so the company wouldn't fix it.
Oh my lord.
I think either it got fixed or they just went, look, if you leave the lights on the entire time, we can't get stuck with them off. It's not our electricity bill. And I was like, yep, okay.
Don't sue them. I mean, well, who knows?
I know I forgot
Who knows
something for
what
the
we could do?
Stardust. God damn it. The hi Zerkia.
Oh my god, people.
Yeah, I forgot. The one thing I forgot to do, but I told you T-minus 5 seconds.
I know.
Yeah, you did, and I
trying to
saw
play into
the
jokes, though.
stream notification go off, so I knew we were live.
I saw that. I was trying to play into the joke. It's like, wait, we're live?
What
Okay.
joke? That was not agreed upon beforehand. What?
There's too many
was
times
trying
of
to make
them joining
fun.
VC when we've been live and not realizing we're live.
Yeah, exactly.
Didn't even.
I thought that was obvious.
It's not what I usually
We're
do.
too
So
autistic for this, Jem. Come on.
I'm being too autistic for this. It's fine. It's fine.
I thought we were just following your lead, bestie. I don't know.
That was not my lead. That was you were dancing to the beat of your own drum, sweetheart. I don't know what to tell you. Hello, hi everyone. Welcome to our Yap podcast for Domain.
I'm so ready to yap.
Wee woo.
We're starting off strong.
I definitely didn't forget to log into Twitch or anything like that. In
I
other words, it's
yeah.
completely unrelated. Give me 1 second.
Honestly, I haven't either.
Yes, hello, hi. We're here for Yap. I have so many stories from behind the scenes. Miso, this is not the Not So Gay podcast. That's our fucking podcast tomorrow.
I mean, we might be.
I find it funny. I find it funny that you've got a content warning on this, like, because even though it's like we're not doing the D&D thing, I know it's because we might bring stuff up that was like stuff.
No, the content warning.
It just makes me think it's just like.
No, the content warning is something that I have to like manually remove, and I kept forgetting to remove it, so had to plug it. Pookie, we can plug it later, not at the beginning of my fucking stream. God damn it, Miso.
Nah, plug it now.
No. You know what? Fine. I'll plug it now. Tomorrow, Miso and I do podcast and advice shit. There. Jesus. You're not evil. You're just stupid. There's a difference. I'm allowed to. I get called a bitch by these guys day in and day out. I'm allowed. I'm fucking allowed.
No, you are, but that's just really funny.
God damn it.
Either we go.
What do you expect me? So God damn it. Fucking hell. Okay. I don't even. How are you guys doing? I don't have enough sleep for this.
I'm not too bad actually.
That's so good.
Still mourning my D&D character, as I always will be.
Okay, it's a new pair of
I
boots.
fucking hate Miso!
What?
Miso, this is the second time you've gone, what's the button that says for Yasu when I implemented it with you on stream? Like...
I feel like Jazz is gonna like join the stream and I'm just like, oh shit, and just like join the VC right after.
Yeah, the content warning isn't for stream, it's for Miso, I guess. Yeah, I implemented that with you in VC. You can't yell at me. I'm taking your points. Did you not read what I said earlier? Yeah, it's not my fault. You're stupid. What?
Privileges have been revoked, apparently.
What?
Privileges have been revoked.
Yeah.
What do you mean they've been revoked? It's like less than a second. It's like less than a second. What do you mean they've been revoked?
I heard you say I'm taking your points, and I was like, wait, what?
No, I'm. No, what I mean is he used the for Yasu thing, and I said I'm taking your points because he said, "Oh fuck you," because this is the second time I told him what it is.
All right.
Oh god.
Okay. Fucking hell. Alrighty. So, who wants to start spilling secrets from behind the scenes for y'all?
Can I
Hydro.
please start with the
Mm.
the plan that I had?
Delicious water.
I am so
Yeah.
interested in said plan.
Okay, basically, with stream knows we have a chat for the players that Star can read and also go into, and we have this like next to the VC that chat cannot read. So we usually just chat shit in there. However, every so often we'll say things about like what we want to do, and I actually wrote in what I was going to do specifically with Stroth's death as they were dying. So I'm gonna read that real quick
Hi Rome, welcome
and
in.
For
see
a
if
sec,
I
I
can
thought you made
find
like
it.
a compilation or something of the funny bullshit that we made.
No. I
Mm.
so
We can just like
basically
read through that chat afterwards, but yeah, you go first.
That
oh
is true.
absolutely. There's so much random shit and like literally like messages above this I've written down. I'm fully ready to slit Algon's throat on this gate, by the way, please. I crave violence. Like which is followed immediately by Moana.
Oh yeah, that was me.
But the original plan that I had that I may end up writing out. I don't know. I don't know if I can be bothered or if my brain will do it. But I wrote that Stroth will be going out fighting, but please do not refrain from making them go. They crave the sweet release from all of the mental strain. And then I described Stroth's death as them falling into Lady Disdain, tears still streaming, just whispering "I'm sorry," and then dying in her arms with a small smile. Do they picture their own mother as they die? Maybe. So I went angsty.
Do you
It's like,
want to
yes.
do you want to know what the original plan was for yours and Algon's deaths?
Yes!
So-
Absolutely. You mad?
Dear Starlight, I love you so much, and you are my favorite person in the world. But if you keep fucking with me, I will rain down hellfire on your land and tell the townspeople that you are a witch.
I said hold on because there was text to speech.
Mm.
So, Mizo, I'm very, very open about the fact that I practice witchcraft. I don't know why you think that's a threat. Secondly, the plan for Stroff and Algon's death that I had actually worked out with Lady Disdain is
Oh my god!
so so the plan. Hi Noctis, thank you for the 25. That's very sweet. But Mono, I use they them. The original plan was that you guys would fight each other and wear each other down, and then what would end up happening is whoever won, Lady Disdain would come up behind and stab and
Oh, that
kill
would be
them.
so good.
And then Gaz was being a fucking coward and had Algon
That man
running away. There was
ran.
literally no way I would have been able to there's literally no way I would have been able to bring him back without Rome literally intervening.
Yeah,
Can I
that's so
just say
fair.
as well? I love with all these plans how like your current from what it sounds like as well between you two. Your plan for Katarina was I am also here and just like standing
Yeah.
off in the corner, not doing anything.
Okay, so listen,
Observing.
kind of
Thanks, gang.
what ended up happening. Also, I do think that's a really funny plan, Noctis. We get a misgender jar for every misgender of Strummer will result in 1 bit. That's funny as fuck.
Yes.
I want to do that now.
Yeah.
But kind of the plan was that thank you Mono for your 1 bit for the bit jar.
It worked.
But it was mostly for the fact that since episode 2, Stroff had wanted to kill Algon, and then from like a couple episodes later, Algin texted me and was like, I want to kill Stroff, just give me a chance. So I was like, okay, well, these two want to kill each
my
other.
God.
Obviously, it's gonna come down to a fight between the two of them. I just need the two dumbasses to stay alive long enough so that way they can actually have meaningful deaths. So
Boo.
that's part of the reason why I was trying to keep you guys alive until the very end. And then
That's
Lady Disdain comes in, and I think literally after her second session was literally just like, I want to kill both Stroff and Algin. They're pissing me off. So, when can I kill them? And I was like, okay, I guess we'll
You know
do
what?
this now.
Well, that's
understandable.
kind of. But I was starting to think, and I messaged Star, and I'm like, am I a baddie? Am I a bad guy?
No.
No,
And-
it's just I didn't inform you enough
Oh.
on your role and shit. So that was on
Well,
me.
because
Think about it.
after that first episode, and then like the second episode, I started thinking, well, I just pop up in the middle of nowhere. I know what's going on already. I pop up when you're fighting a evil person, and they go away. And then when we were in the cave, we were surrounded, and they all went away. And so I was like, oh, am I in on it, and I just don't know it yet?
Do you understand why, like, I made Stroff so fucking, like, I don't trust you? Because
Yeah.
if with no context, it is so suspicious.
Hmm. Also, can I add to this as well, really quick?
Mm.
So like you.
Shimmy, shimmy, I shimmy, I shimmy, ah.
So I've not really, I didn't really go into or mention like the way that Serena had felt towards like the arguments between Stroff and Algon until that kind of outburst. But I didn't really message anyone about it. But the whole time, it's like whenever you guys just started fighting, like I would go to my character sheet and then just look, and I was like, what weapon should I choose in case I need it? Like every time, because I'm like, this is not going to end well, and I like fucking. Shut up.
Oh, I mean,
It's not
honestly,
in-
very fair. The amount of times I
Yeah.
messaged Star during, like, the campaign being like, I'm fine with killing Algan, by the way. Like, I'm fine with Stroff losing their mind and killing Algan, by the way. Just
Yeah,
like,
the issue is that if you had hit 200 sanity like damage,
uh-huh.
it would have either instantly been a heart attack, instantly been a stroke, or you would have lost your mind in a way where you would not be able to control yourself anymore, and it would still essentially be a character death.
That would have been so interesting, though. Let's be real.
I know, I was kind of hoping you would
Oh
hit
my
it,
God,
and then
I just remember.
when I was
Sorry.
prepping for the last episode, I literally read, hey, there is a unicorn that will heal your players of exhaustion and like heal them up and everything, and I'm like, and they will remove either 50 or 100 sanity damage. And I'm sitting here like, what the fuck? Well,
Oh my God.
I
Is that
gotta
actually-
include it, but
I
Is
know,
that
I was
actually
gonna
in,
say,
like,
I was
the-
like, where the fuck did the unicorn come from?
so
Yeah, I mean, it's like
it comes
I
from
thought
the
that
fact
too.
that you guys didn't explore enough about the actual history of the world.
That's so fair.
So there's 3 guardians of the forest. There was the 2 elves, one of which you had helped kill. And
Oh.
then the other guardian, and then there was a 3rd guardian that only gets introduced at that end that has a unicorn protector.
So one of the guardians watched us kill another one and went, yeah, we'll heal that guy.
That's because well, they didn't know that you killed them. What do you mean? They're
No,
not
that's true.
omniscient. They're
Wonder.
guardians, not gods. There's a difference.
It would
Yeah,
have
that's
been so fucking funny if like one of us had like picked up the necklace of the last guardian and just like the horse heals us and it's just like, how did you get that? Like,
It's like, wait a second.
Well,
wait a second.
I'm gonna be
who
honest,
are you?
I didn't use the Bane of the Nameless. I didn't use the Bane of the Nameless as well as I should have, because the Bane of the Nameless should have came into contact well before it did, and every single time you had an encounter with the Nameless, with the Silent One, it should have went to strike.
Hmm.
You know what was funny? I
Thank
thought the
fuck.
27 eyes was 2 beholders, and that's why I was cackling. Yeah, no, it was 12 enemies, and the reason why it was 27 is because the why am I being bonked? God damn it. The 27 was because the Silent One was there, so 3 eyes instead of 2.
Wait.
Mm.
Oh, okay, yeah. So 12 enemies plus the silent one, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, I was quickly doing mental math. I was like, that doesn't add up. No, it
No
does,
math.
it does. I'm just being silly.
Can I eat the Silent
Simply no
One?
math.
You would have to get past its defenses first, and the Silent One works in a way of it will paralyze its prey first, and then if it gets into a fight, it will go 1 round of attacking, and then it will try and escape because it can plane shift.
I'm just scrolling back through the side chat to see what fucking. I come
But
across
think
a
about it,
message
me
from.
hungry. Well, I
I
mean,
came across a
yeah.
message. So I came across a message from Stroff of a photo of the pit that we went into, which had all the items coming through it, and it's a photo of the statue, and it just says "Pina spotted."
What?
I remember that.
Sorry, what?
One of the maps like one of the last maps that we used, there was
Oh,
loads of statues,
yeah.
and there was a penis.
It was when you guys were in the cave, and because
I forgot about
Gaz
that.
wasn't there, you guys were down a player.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, you guys have heavily shaped how I'm gonna do Domain 2.
Do you know what?
Yay!
That's fair.
It's specifically in the way of I have more players in Domain 2, so that way if a player isn't there, then like it's not like I
Side
need
quest.
to No, it's not side quest. Motherfucker, do you remember what campaign you just finished? If we had side quests, all of the children would be fucking dead. What do you
We
mean
had
side quests?
They just weren't supposed to be side quests.
My only job is now just to piss off Star at this point. I feel like somewhere along the lines of the campaign, it's like, all right, I'm gonna just be chaotic because my entire thought process, like, okay, I was serious, but now I'm gonna be a little silly with my seriousness.
I know,
and
but
it just pisses off Star
My
multiple times.
yes, my issue is with that. It's supposed to be a serious campaign where, like, you are supposed to lose your mind. You are supposed to be grappling with insanity. And then I had all of you guys dicking around so hard, it looked like your cocks were helicopters. Like, what? Like,
Oh my god.
I, you don't know
Oh, we
how.
got a guess.
I'm not hours late. What are you on about?
You're not. You're only 18
We
minutes.
started a little bit ago.
Yeah, we started a little bit late, but like, yeah, no, you guys
Oh.
were dicking around so much, and I was sitting here. You do not know how many late nights I had talking with other DMs and stuff, and just screaming that you guys were dicking around so much that I was just like, this is a living world. If they keep dicking around, all of the children are going to die, and the nameless god will appear before they even get to the fucking ending. And
I
then
have
you
a question.
Yes, I have an answer. What?
Is the elk responsible for children's deaths?
No!
Probably.
Oh my god.
Just
We-
from
well, we
how
did
long
spend
we
2
stayed on it.
hours.
You know
Never
what the
mind.
funny thing is? The elk was literally just supposed to
Gaz is gone.
be. Oh my god, okay. The elk
Mhm.
was literally just supposed to
back.
be like a ritual sacrifice. It wasn't supposed to be something that like was supposed to be a huge thing. It was just supposed to like kind of creep you out and make you think, oh, this is a little culty. That's it.
Yeah.
That's fucking it. And then you guys stayed on it for like an hour, and I lost my fucking mind.
Understandable.
Yeah, here's the thing. If you want me to be serious, I am going to be investigative of everything.
And then you weren't. And then you weren't. And then you did not explore enough to be able to get a lot of the story, which is why I kept trying to bitch slap you with, hey, there's weird time dilation going on. Hey, you notice less and less children's footsteps. Hey, and I was just like, oh my god, you guys are not picking up on anything.
Yeah, the
that's
child soup. The child soup
Yeah, I
totally got glossed over.
You know what the best part is?
imagine this.
That's
Okay,
left up
what?
to interpretation of whether or not that was even real.
Mm.
What do you mean? I enjoyed drinking algan soup.
Yeah, it was actually algan soup. It's just I threw in like a shrunken skull in there, but like,
Tasty.
Alkin was dead the entire time.
but no, it was literally just supposed to be like, oh, I see my enemy. Oh, I drank my enemy. Oh, there's like a shrunken skull in there. Huh, that's really fucking
Fuck
creepy.
yeah, I drank my
And then
enemy.
and then Crow didn't roll high enough to get the thing where it would seem like the door was still locked. So it just seemed like the door was unlocked the entire time, and he did that for no reason, despite the fact that he wouldn't have been able to leave the room had he not drank the entire soup.
Hee
So yeah, no,
I forgot that happened to me.
I had people
Fair.
pop in, and they would pop into my streams and they would watch what was going on, and then they would text me after and just be like, how have your players not picked up on the fact that there's like weird time dilation going on every time they go through a gate? And I'm sitting here like, I don't fucking know.
I
Because
don't
we're
know
just
how I
silly.
didn't realize.
I would
Here's
like
the
to
thing.
I'd like to point out
Okay.
some of us are entirely new to this thing, so when you're in the moment, you don't realize everything that is supposed to be picked up on.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's
Gaz,
you
just
haven't
you
accepted,
failing your
the rest of us
perception
don't.
check.
I think one, it's the fact that Gaz is new. Two, I feel like we did pick up on it, but we decided not to question it. It's like, okay, that's kind of odd.
Oh
And we
no,
just
I
didn't
fully
think
didn't
about
pick
it
up on it.
further.
It's the fact that when we went
Mm.
backwards, that's the first time I was like, wait, what do you mean that?
It's
Wait,
like,
what?
oh.
Wait,
Honestly, like,
I slapped you
Sorry.
guys so many times, and you only picked up on it when you were going back through the gates? What?
Yes, because
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's when that
Yeah.
happened.
we went from 3 weeks or 4 weeks going through the in game time through the gates to it took us 6 hours to go back. What? That it
Mm.
okay? Maybe the severity of the time dilation wasn't noticed.
I think
Perhaps.
like that's what was also like confusing us. I feel like
Yeah.
because it's like, wait,
Honestly-
Because
how
you guys
long
didn't
have we actually
explore the
been going
story
on?
when you were in the caves.
Honestly,
thought-
I think. Sorry, I think like this is something in my mind was just like the whole thing with the elk was like we spent
Yeah.
2 hours or something looking at what we thought was like a crucial part of like the thingy, and it turns out it wasn't. So in the future, I was like, oh yeah, all this like all this weird stuff, it's just another elk, and it's just like I'm just ignoring the big
No,
things
I
because it was like
agree.
we spent
Maybe,
so
who
long on
knows?
something useless.
I got reminded through the campaign so often about this one thing that you used as a joke outside of the game, and it made me think, well, if we have a mission and we're doing something, what's the point in being distracted by distractions that are exactly that, another elk?
Because there are differences between distractions and red herrings and actual plot important things going on.
Yeah, so do you think we've got the brain cells to put that together? I'm surprised.
I
that the farmers have
realized
a
that
brain cell to
halfway
rub
through when
together.
I literally
Sir,
put you guys
you're
in a
forgetting
story.
it's Silly Squad.
It's in the name.
I thought you guys
Like-
had a higher intelligence score than you did.
You thought
That is
wrong,
really
honey.
laugh-
Sweet summer child.
Genuinely speaking, so did I, but apparently not.
You thought wrong. Nah, I'm self-aware on how dumb I am, so I decide to play along with my dumbness.
I know, but my issue was I thought I had spelled it out clear enough, and then you guys kind of just went, huh, weird room. It's literally spelling out that in order to be able to pass through gates and doors, you have to spill blood. Huh, that was weird. Anyways.
Right, I'm gonna say something now. This is what happens when I don't take notes. Because I didn't take notes this entire campaign. 'Cause I was like, you know what? Like, Prophet's
Yeah.
got it covered with the notes. Like, it'll be fine. I'm usually the note taker and remember all this stuff, and I did not, and I'm so sorry I did not do that this time.
Yeah,
because I
because
would
what's
have
funny
noticed.
is that I also
No.
took notes, and I still can piece
There
shit
was-
Oh
together.
my god.
because literally one of
There
the
was like there was
go ahead.
sorry. There was a period where me and Crow actually shared a Google Doc of notes, and I have the feeling that both of us were expecting the other one to start writing down shit, so we just
Yeah.
like wrote down nothing because we were like, "Oh, aren't you gonna write it?" No. Like,
Yeah.
oh
Whoopsie.
dear.
Yeah, no, it was just like
Also,
literally that second like kind of cavern that you were in where like all of the walls were covered in the story and everything, that was supposed to be your guys' key note on like, here's the history of the Nameless One, here's how we defeated it and locked it behind the gates the first time, here's how the like time dilation works, and then y'all went, I'm gonna destroy this shit. I'm not gonna explore shit. And the only one who explored anything was Katerina. And then I was like, okay, I guess this is what we're doing now. And so then when you guys kept going through the gates in the roaming forest, I was just like, they don't know what's going on. They don't know that time is slowing down. Let me slap them a little bit harder with it by like, the trees are changing like seasons and stuff. It looks really strange when you go through like everything because time is slowing down around you. And I literally pulled people into the other VC and went, yeah, it looks like time is slowing down around you. And then what do you guys do when you come back? You argue and fight and try and kill each other. And I'm like, okay.
it's like, well,
Yeah,
this
that's-
fucking
Yeah.
sucks.
That's our
Also,
bad,
I was
bestie. I'm gonna be
yeah,
honest. That's on us.
I just went to pull up
Yeah.
my notes like just now to see if I could find like to an example. I just like I forgot that my Twitch and my Discord is on dark mode, but my docs I don't think I can switch to dark mode, so I just fucking flashbang
Ooh,
myself.
yikes.
It
Be
was
so stupid that you're immune
fucking
to the
bright.
consequences of your
Star.
actions. No, they weren't immune to the consequences of their actions. They fucking died because of them.
Mm. Oh,
Hey, Star.
also,
Yes.
oh yeah, you go.
Sorry, you go ahead, Prof, and then I'll add on
No,
to like
no,
what Star
in
said earlier.
order of shit, this went Jim then Prof. So, Jim, what?
Yeah, Gem, you go.
So, Star, with you saying stuff about the time dilation, I'm looking at my notes right now because I also had stuff about my character. And I wrote down in my notes, notices trees decay and change over and over. Material of trees change. So I pretty much clocked it, but just did nothing with it.
Yeah.
Well, part of the issue is that like when you enter the roaming forest, the trees as you get closer to the nameless god become fleshy and they become corrupted and warped. But that was more of just like the forest rather than like anything else. So the issue
It's
is
like, yes.
I had to come up with something to try and get you guys to like see, oh wait, weird time shit's going on. Maybe I can try and roll for something to figure out why, and then you guys didn't, and I was like, okay.
I think the thought process was like, yes, things are changing. Is it harming us? No? Alright, moving on.
Okay, yeah. I've sorry. I've gone into my documents and I found the period where me and Crow were sharing a document because so a little thing. One day, I think this was off stream. We did a one shot, and as part of that, I think for part of that, I think it's for some reason somebody got just like yeah a bottle of lube, and then we both just went oh like
Oh, I
in
think.
the know.
Oh no, I don't remember it. No,
I don't
And
remember there
as
being a
well
bottle
was
of
just
lube.
no,
I was
this was
comparing
in a
it.
one shot. This wasn't in the
Oh.
in domain. But this is I just found this. I thought I wanted to mention it.
Well, I was about to say, no one knows about the one shot that we still haven't finished, so like.
Oh
Yeah.
well, it's fine. Hang on, yeah, yeah, fucking like domain of the nameless god, 18th of January 2025. Previously, ask Crow. I don't know. Like, great job there, Seek. Fantastic.
Oh my god.
Oh
Ugh.
These
my
are
gosh.
getting those.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
no,
Also, I was gonna mention.
Go ahead,
Sorry,
go ahead.
you go. No, I was gonna mention it was kind of off topic. like I think when you were talking about you were pulling people out and like talking to them, I remembered about the one where the session where I was pulled out and then I ended my fight with a clone of myself and we didn't tell anyone what happened. And I was so wanting to try and like make it as if like, oh yeah, nobody will know, and like try and keep it ambiguous, not some just to like fuck with people, but straight away, just nobody even considered that I could have lost that one, and that it couldn't. It was just like some other like clone of Katarina was just running around with people, and it
Oh,
made me so
I thought of that,
fucking
actually.
sad because no one was like, "Oh yeah, that's just Katarina. Don't fucking worry about it." I was like, "Why?"
No,
That was
Yeah.
Griff,
this
you have
plan
no idea. I
for
actually
2
have
weeks.
thought of that. Like, is this actually a clone thing that we're dealing with? But then, like you guys said, like you were going to get into it, and then you never went into the fight. It's like, all right, well, I
That's
guess
because
here we are.
the fight was done off camera, so that way even the audience would not know who had won.
I think that just
Mhm.
confused my mind. I don't know. I'm stupid.
Well, the issue is that when you're doing things live, like I didn't want the
Mhm.
audience to know who won because then you guys are also in there and then there's a recording of like who won, and the whole point of that fight was is that no one but me and the player who was in that fight knew who won.
Me.
The main thing with that fight is that if you lost, it was literally an alignment change. So there was no difference between either person in the fight other than the fact that it was just like a different alignment.
Mhm. Also, fucking shocker, I won. Like,
Yeah, your fucking
I'm
sneak
sure we
attack
couldn't have
move
pieced
is
that one together.
ridiculous.
Yeah, I like that. I think that was the first time that I used it because I think you literally like pointed it out, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh shit, can I use that here?" And I was like, "Yeah, you can." I was like, "Okay, I'll use it." And then it like I think I got them down to like one go, and I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna use that." Like,
Yeah,
I've kept
This is
using it
more
ever
often.
since.
part of the reason why
Like, yeah.
I told you guys and I was just like, I need you guys to learn your character sheets that way you actually know what you can do, is because around the same time I was talking with one of my other friends who's in a different campaign, who's in an epic level campaign, and he was just like, yeah, one of the best advice that I'd ever gotten was learn your character sheet and be creative with what you can do in it, because generally DMs are very, very kind and will work with you on ideas and stuff. It's just a matter of you have to know what you can do. And if you don't,
Mm.
then you're working with an uneven playing field when you can even that playing field. So that's part of the reason why I was telling you guys, and I was just like, learn your character sheets, learn what you can do, so that way you know when you get into a fight that you can coordinate and you can go in and just be like, I can do this, you can do this, you can do this. We do this, bam, bam, bam. That enemy is now down, and this fight is so much easier than what it would have been, which is part of the reason why when I do initiative for fighting, I don't generally do round initiative where everyone rolls and then it's like it's interspersed player enemy player enemy. It's you guys go and then the enemy goes. So that way you guys can coordinate your attacks and be able to work off of each other and have more team synergy. And then the enemy can do the exact same thing because they know each other's tactics. So it was trying to
Me,
encourage you guys to actually work together as a party to be able to then be more effective.
That
me
would
and
have
Tara
been
did end up getting a bunch of that though.
that, that would have been great if one of our party members wasn't so fucking paranoid.
Hey, I
Okay,
did try some stuff.
you cannot completely put that on Crow when
I
like
didn't. I didn't. I
all
didn't. I didn't.
okay, but
I
you
didn't.
pointed your finger there. So like
No,
Gaz, you
no,
can't
no,
even
no,
tell
no,
me
no, no,
no.
no.
You literally
I
pointed your
wasn't
finger.
No, they weren't. No, their character was paranoid. I was paranoid. Outside of the fact, because
Okay,
I'm
I
just
know,
like,
but like
I
still.
don't want to. I don't want to like. I don't want to put people in a corner. No thanks.
But no,
No one puts baby in
it's
a
literally
corner.
just like that's why I was begging you guys and I was just like learn your character sheets and if you have questions like ask me so that way I can help you. Like it's one of those
All
things
good.
of I think I underestimated exactly how much you guys knew on D&D as well. And so that's part of the reason why the entire campaign, I kind of just wore a velvet glove for you guys. Because there were so many times you guys should have died. So many times. And then eventually
Every day's a learning day.
And then eventually, like, there's a part in the campaign where it's like, hey, if your players are about to die, you literally have the option of just yoinking the enemies and being like, you know, it's really strange that none of you guys have actual physical injuries. There's not, like, blood or anything there. All the enemies are gone. Are you sure you weren't, like, making that up? But you guys are panting really hard like you just got out of a fight. Like... Like, I had
You
that
were
option.
gonna fucking Dr. David us?
I basically Dr. Davided you, yeah.
There was genuinely an option where I could have done that same thing because I wandered in after you guys had been fighting in a cave. I'm just like,
when do you think I used that?
Yeah, that was the episode, yes.
Right, but I couldn't I couldn't put into words how I saw it. I couldn't put it into words. I apologize for that, but I wish I did put it into words, but I couldn't find the right way to explain across to characters, especially one that was paranoid to shit. It was difficult for me to do that.
That's fair.
But no, like,
also,
that's literally when I used that, was when you had come back in, because if I remember correctly, Lady Disdain was, like, on her last legs. Hi, Bun. But yeah, no, like, Lady Disdain was, like, on her last legs, and, Katarina and Tara were not doing well, and then Stroff had been pulled into the wall, like, 3 times. So I was just like, you know what'd be really
you
know what'd be really funny? If I just go, what enemies? What enemies?
What's funny? Sorry, you a bitch for that, because what's funny is that I'm pretty sure that I think me and like a couple other people, I forgot who I talked with, but it's like we made a designated plan for this to see if we can get ourselves out of this shit show.
You guys literally...
And then Daz comes in like, what the fuck are you guys doing? It's like, wait, what?
You guys literally made like such a big plan. Mom was texting me in the background just being like, Lady Disdain's gonna die. She's gonna fucking die. Like, there's no way in hell that she's not dying. And I was sitting here like, oh, you sweet babies. You sweet babies have no idea what I decided like 3 days ago already. And you guys are sitting over here just like making all these plans and everything. I was cackling the entire week I was seeing all these plans being written.
Oh, well, good for you. What's funny is that
I was messaging her. They ran past me. They left me. I'm surrounded. I'm gonna die.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I actually talked with Alistair about this too, where it's just literally like, you guys ran past your surrounded cleric to go fight this one guy who wasn't even attacking Stroff. Like,
no, I think like it was like there was a wall beside, like in between or something. Like there was like a little like roundabout corner. I was with Katarina and Lady Disdain was a bit further in.
No.
And then there was
you guys actually ran around Lady Disdain because you guys were in the entrance. You guys were in the entrance hall. Lady Disdain was at the end of it. And then you guys ran around the corner, wrapped around the corner to go fight the 2 enemies that were over there. And I was sitting here like,
wait, it's when we did get help.
You guys,
that's when I threw you down the corridor. Yeah,
that's when you did get help, and then Lady Disdain was sitting there like, I'm literally surrounded,
like,
and I'm a
cleric.
Right, you're joking, right?
Oh god.
Yeah.
Because we were so focused on saving Stroff because they were going through hell, and I think like they made a deal with you at that time as well.
Maybe. I actually don't remember. I mostly remember the deal where
it's like, I just want to leave.
No. The one that had pulled Stroff into the wall ended up getting essentially planar shifted because one of you guys had God, I forget what the...
That was Lady Disdain.
Yeah, I forget what it's called though, where like you can literally just like yoink someone into a different plane so long as you have concentration. But like that ended up happening with that one.
I couldn't fight.
Yeah.
That was the other reason I couldn't fight, because I had to concentrate and keeping
Banishment?
that one in the
Yeah,
other domain.
I think it is banishment.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like that was happening. So Quagoff 4 was off in the other plane. You guys had wrapped around the corner to be able to fight the other two. Stroff was essentially just playing keep away, except they were the ball instead. And then
Yeah.
like the entire cave portion was a shit show. And then when you guys completely ignored the like broken illithid that was in that cave too. Because you guys were just like,
Broken what now?
yeah, there was a mind flayer in that cave that you guys completely ran
Oh
past.
wait, no, you told us about
Oh.
that.
Yeah.
Because I remember hearing the ringing, and I was the one who suggested going to it, but everyone else was like, "Nah, that's fucking stupid."
Yeah, and then
thank God for that.
yeah, I told you after session, I was just
Sorry.
like, yeah, by the way, that wind chime that was there was an illithid trying to draw you in for a meal.
I thought that was during the session after like we left the cave.
Maybe, I don't remember. It's a little fuzzy. I'd have to like look through the VOD, but
Well,
like
Yeah, that's fair.
I found the note. Wind chimes coming from the cave that is still darkened. No, wait, that's a different one. Hang on.
I think that was the only time we heard wind chimes, Prof.
it was
Okay,
never
not
mind, it
the
was
only
right.
time you heard wind chimes. You had heard wind chimes a little before the cave. Those wind chimes were also those little will-o'-the-wisps.
Oh.
So it was the
Oh,
illithid
no,
trying to use it to lure you guys in, and then you guys didn't fall for it because you were just trying to get the fuck out of the cave.
Yeah.
So yeah, there were definitely some things I wish I could have like played into more, like more of like the quote unquote mini games of sanity that I do wish I could have done a couple more times, because the Algan soup and the doppelganger actually was supposed to happen while you guys were in the cave, where you couldn't contact like any of your divinity or use magic.
Oh shit.
Yeah, when you guys went into that cave with the gray goop,
the one I couldn't see in?
Yeah, the
that
one
entire time?
Yeah,
So
you
you
guys
stuck your hand out too?
You guys were
I
so
burnt my
focused.
fucking hands.
Yeah, because your dumbass was just like, ow, that hurt. Let me touch it with the other hand.
Oh, yeah.
So
And then I held Crow's hand the
I'm-
entire time.
I would like to. I just before you delve a little deeper. What would happen? Why? How come when going back, that did nothing to us from the sounds of it?
None of us
because
touched it.
I'm gonna be honest, I sped ran you through going back.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because
Yeah.
I wanted yesterday to be the last session, because I knew you fuckers, and if I let you actually go back the way you should have, it would have been another 3 sessions.
What? That's crazy.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Not to mention your ass was just like, I'm gonna speed run this by running away as quickly as possible using Starlight Step, because I'm a little coward baby who just tried murdering my party member and then just ran away. Like,
Yeah, mate.
Listen, I would like to point out during this whole entire thing, I went from I want to save the children to there's not a lot of children left to save.
And then
I'm
it's
out.
like, fuck this.
yeah, but like also, you can definitely tell when the party priority switched from saving the children to I really want to murder this bitch, because it's like about halfway through the campaign, I remember one of you guys actually saying during stream, "Oh yeah,
Right.
I forgot the children existed." And I was like,
Oh,
"Okay. Okay,
Actually,
I
no, who
see
said
where
that?
I've gone wrong."
Maybe it was Gem.
No, if I
What,
remember
me?
correctly, it was
Oh.
actually Prof.
Oh,
Yeah, I think it was me.
Because
That does actually sound like a problem.
I heard that, and the only thing that went through my mind was, we have either taken too long of a break in between playing that you guys forgot the objective of this campaign, or y'all's priority shifted so fucking hard that you don't even know why you entered here in the first place. What I should have done, in all honesty, looking back on it, what I should have done was play into that harder and just
That would've
been a fun
gaslight
sanity
you.
thing, though, to play with.
I remember times where you did play into it.
I know. I'm saying play into
play
it
harder.
more, where like
Yeah, I get. No, I'm gathering that. I'm saying like there were times where it was brought up like that, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good point.
what I should have done, in all honesty, was just been like, well, I mean, you're in this forest, but you really don't remember why, and then you just start walking, and you know what could have happened? You could have become a faithful. That would have been interesting. Because Gaz,
That actually would have, yeah.
fun fact, the faithful that bit you, where you lost your health points, I modified to make sure that your character didn't die, so that way we could have the standoff yesterday. Because what should have happened is, with that faithful, if it bites you, you turn into a faithful after 24 hours, and then you serve the nameless god as a servant.
Wait, who did it?
And here's the funny thing, right? I was bloody willing. There were times where I was bloody willing because
you literally stabbed yourself yesterday. Yeah.
Oh no! I meant with the whole being a faithful thing, because without knowing that information, I still was like, I don't know what to do now. I don't want to do that, but I kind of got to do that.
I know,
'cause
but
that's
at that
how-
point, when that happened, I was still trying to make sure all of you guys stayed alive to the end, so that way you could have that reveal at the first gate. And then what ended up happening was...
I died.
Yeah. Despite, once again, the fact that I told you before stream, hey, stay alive this episode, so that way we can have a really cool season finale. And then you were like, okay. And then you were like, I got a 2 on my acrobatics check, and I'm choosing not to take a deal. Bye.
I love that so much. It's like, oh my god. Oh, it's like, okay, no, the number one thing you've got to do is stay alive, okay? That's all I want you to do. It's really easy. Okay, 6 fingers in an electrical socket.
Literally, all you have to do, all you had to do was not die that episode. And then, what's the one thing you do? Die.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I'm so proud of that, by the way. I
No,
made people cry.
You did make people cry. I'm still getting yelled at for it.
It's just fucking there's a slow motion of just gem fall. It's like, oh yeah, don't die. Okay, slow motion of gem falling, and just in the background, it's what you say.
No, I imagined free falling playing.
But yeah, no, I literally was just like, yeah, no, stay alive for this episode, please, maybe, so that way everyone can have their cool, like, revelation moment, and then we can have, like, a cool wrap-up and everything. And then, what do? You don't tell me that you intend your character to die, or, like, that you're okay with your character dying, and then, in the middle of session, I'm sitting here like, you do understand.
So that was kind of planned on the spot, actually. I did not tend to plan for that, but it's like, you know what? I'm actually comfortable with this. It was kind of planned in the middle, so it's like, okay, fine, I'll commit.
And then our DM's like, yeah, but I'm not comfortable with it.
Yeah, no.
It's like, you.
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
Well, you also suggested something along the lines of like, hey, how about you two try not to kill each other, and then Gaz and Crow show over here trying to kill each other.
Yeah,
No, I apologize for that. No, I outright I apologize.
Why?
For that.
It was in character.
Well, yes, but also no.
Kind of, but not really.
I don't really. I didn't really. I didn't want to go against the DM's wishes. Let's be honest. In character or not, I still didn't want to go
in the middle as well.
Okay, but also you were literally just like, hear me out. Stroff just tried to kill himself because you didn't know this, but like he failed his check. So, man, weird stars in your eyes. You working with the nameless one? Shove. Like, And then you got
Yeah.
fucking nat
Fair.
20 on it.
That really is
Dude,
being like,
God,
oh,
yeah.
you're gonna kill yourself? Elbows, I'll do it for you.
Dude, what was interesting?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to say my thoughts on that. What was interesting was like I literally thought like Gaz was going to do like some sort of save thing, and then when they both pushed each other, I'm like, what?
Yeah,
It's like they saved each other, or like you basically saved Stroff for the point of like you wanted to kill him yourself. You didn't want to give him that satisfaction of killing himself.
Oh no! I just realised. No,
I've
hang
been
on. That's what it
Ohio.
was. That's what it was. It was
you were so petty you didn't want to
when
give him the
no.
satisfaction
When
for
I
it.
no, I ran away because of the look in Stroff's eyes. That's what it was. I ran away because of the looks in Stroff's eyes. Because I saw the look in Stroff's eyes, and it's just like, oh, that's not good. Yeah, because I saw stars in Stroff's eyes. It was literally a case of I don't something's
Okay,
turned my companion, who doesn't
my
think of me as a friend,
dumbass was
which is
poetic as
fair.
shit.
Who doesn't think
My-
of me as a friend, which is absolutely fair. So I'm just like, I'm just gonna. Yeah, this I no longer feel comfortable around this person whatsoever. I'm gone. I'm out. I
That's
also
what makes you stop?
well,
That's
it
what
was
makes
That's
you
what I'm saying.
uncomfortable?
Yeah,
well,
Like
It's like,
you were
why?
and not the
you were
like
at each other's throats the
wanting
entire
to murder you.
campaign.
yes,
Like
yeah,
that's
but
where you cross the line? The look in the eye?
it was well. I
Seriously?
mean, there was also another look a little earlier on in the campaign because Crow had snapped. I could tell Crow had snapped. Sorry, Stroff had snapped. My apologies.
So let's say
And
it.
Same
What
thing.
did I do?
I could see Stroff had snapped. I'm just like, I should probably
Oh, during the
consider.
soup bit.
Yeah, I should probably start considering not being in this vicinity at all. But
Boss.
can I get it? Can I get away with it first? No. Okay, time to run.
Whilst we're actually talking about that minute as well, I can't remember if I actually said it on stream or not, but like that kind of shout that I just had, God, I fucking needed that. Like, after
Yeah.
so many weeks of you two going off on each other, it's like, alright, I get to have fun now, and I just fucking let loose at you fuckers, and it was so good.
It was great to
Okay, I
hear,
want to
to
add
be fair.
on to that real quick. Because I mentioned this to Gaz after, like, quote unquote, like, Algon left. After, like, I wasn't planning for or expecting that shout, but what I was planning for, I even have in, like, my character notes is, like, I have, like, Algon's, like, a copy of, like, his amulet or something of, like, their faith. And I would have done something so like deeply emotional. It's like, I trusted you. You were my friend. You had my word from the very beginning. And you just decide to toss that all the way, or something along the lines of that. And Algon and I were kind of back and forth with it, even like in the other VC.
Algon completely was forgetful of stuff like that when their life is threatened, and Stroff is just absolutely just like Stroff even used. So I think I don't think you even hear for the session gem where Stroff turned around and had said while every party member was asleep,
Oh.
I have no friends here.
I was asleep in between you guys during the conversation.
To be fair though, right? We say this like Stroff was trying to murder Algon like a lot, but until Algon actually tried to kill Stroff, there wasn't that much actual violence or threats of violence towards Algon. It was just the cold shoulder.
Well, it didn't seem like it. Algon had Algon had felt that there was more animosity and more venom in the thin veil of Stroff's words that Algon's like, no, 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 nope.
Yeah, that's so fair. It was literally just because the way, like, when we were describing these things, like, in my head, Stroff wasn't planning on, like, actually killing Algon until Algon tried to kill them.
It might
and then
help
was
if
like,
I had
"Fuck
asked.
this."
It might help if I had
it.
actually asked first, perhaps. I don't know.
It was good though.
Was it?
Anyway.
It was interesting.
I think
I
you
don't even
only
know if it was
trusted
that.
me, because I'm the only person who tried not to kill you that entire time. So we
Yeah,
were just kind of automatically friends in my head for that.
quite literally. Had Tara lasted to the end when Stroff died, it definitely would have been Stroff falling into Tara's arms and not Lady Disdain.
Oh, that makes me sad
Like
now.
100%. Like it would have been Tara, since that Stroff was like, Tara was the only one that Stroff was like
It's like,
somewhat
it's okay.
connected
It's over.
to. And the only reason it went to Lady Disdain, not Katarina, is purely because my brain was like, blood loss, Lady Disdain is older than Katarina, probably thinks it's their mother, and did it that way.
Mm.
That was the only reason, but it would have been Tara had Tara lasted that long.
Bitch, if you told me that, I would have. If you plan to do something emotional with me, like, let me know.
I didn't
would've
know until
100
after you killed
That's
yourself.
fair. That's fair,
Becky.
though. Oh, damn! Now I'm kind of sad.
I am gonna be
So like
honest.
alternate reality, that's what happened.
Mm.
I'm
Oh, for sure.
I'm gonna be honest. You guys had a lot of angst build up basically the entire campaign, which is what my plan was. I wanted you guys to like have angst. My plan was that you would have angst as a party where you're trying to work together, and then eventually you would betray each other or something like that. And then we jumped from, hey, we're kind of a party who kind of knows each other, to I'm a straight up fucking murder you. And I was like, I mean, you know what? Okay. Well, I guess we're speed running this, huh?
To be fair, in my defense, there was a lot of attempts on Stroff's life.
There was a lot of
the
attempts on
start.
Stroff's
There
life.
was.
The funny thing
unfortunately.
is, most of those were dice rolls.
Yeah, like I know it's
Yeah.
pure luck and stuff like that, but like justified. I stick by the like paranoia and mistrust that's a distrust that Stroff had with a lot of the party members because of those unlucky rolls.
The issue is that ended up making it so that way you couldn't actually use your character because you were never sleeping to be able to get a long rest.
Yeah, you did screw yourself
Yeah.
over with that one, bestie.
Yes, but hear me out. I did it for the bit.
You did
Which
it for the bit.
fantastic. It's just
Like,
you
I
chose
still
an
need to work
artificer.
to
I
decide.
committed.
You chose an artificer instead of like a fighter or something where that would have a little bit less consequences.
Oh my god, I
Yeah.
know. Like, I was like, the thing is, my original plan for Stroff was that he was supposed, they were supposed to be like an expert on like explosions and stuff. Do you see where we went wrong?
Artificer. Yeah.
I told you guys you wouldn't have like any towns or anything in order to be able to
Yeah.
like refill
Yet
at.
I still took that elk meat in assumption of money.
You did, despite the fact that before session, I literally was just like, I mean, you can sell it after the campaign because you're not
If
gonna
you
see
live.
it. Yeah, because you're not gonna see a town until after, but okay.
I assumed we were gonna stop at towns in the beginning of the session as well. Like we're traveling across someplace, not yes, just woods, cave, more woods, more random shit here. You know?
So part of
I,
there was a reason why you guys did not have a town at the very beginning, and that is specifically for the fact that when I led in with it, there's two different options that you can do for this campaign, where it's you can either start in the town, you can meet Iazinski, because I remembered his name wasn't Ian, it was Ias. You can meet Ias Inskeep, who's the father of Baron. You could meet a couple of the other townsfolks and everything. You could stock up on supplies. I said, you know what, fuck it. We'll just start in the middle of the woods because that's the alternative location that you can start in, where someone was already out scouting up ahead for the camp, And then that's when you guys brought back the Delphinium doll, which I did not play with as much as I kind of wanted to, because that Delphinium doll could have actually fucked you guys.
I think I was the one who kept that.
I think if we had started in the town, I think I would have had more emotional connection, and like I think we as a party would have had more understanding of the importance and the the urgency. It never by starting in the middle of the forest, it had never occurred to me once that there was that much urgency.
Well, part of what the beginning bit was when I was introducing the world was, hey, this town has conscripted all of you guys to save their children. They all walked off in the middle of the night. And then the beginning bits of Domain were they were uneventful for a reason. It was supposed to allow you guys to have those character moments, to be able to just like build up emotional like connection and stuff. And then what ended up happening wasn't that.
No, you misunderstand. Not emotional connection with the party, emotional connection to the children, emotional connection to the town,
to the situation at hand.
I was devoid of that.
Which is fair, and that is on me as a DM, but just a small defense. Part of the reason why I didn't start in the town was I wasn't comfortable trying to figure out how to do all of those characters, because this is once again
that's fair.
This is once again my first campaign I've ever run. Like, I didn't necessarily know how to do all of that. I'm a little bit more comfortable with it now, but I was starting off with where my comfort zone was, which was letting you guys build up in the world, where I was not characters, I was your plots. And
no, I get that. I wasn't disparaging that. It was just,
I didn't say that, but like, no, like that's on me, where I was just like, I didn't necessarily give you guys a hook into the world. That's part of where my explanation at the beginning was trying to be. But
to be honest,
sorry.
Go ahead.
For your first thing, that was really good, so I'm gonna give you this.
Thank you.
Also, sorry, it's completely off. Well, it's kind of on topic, kind of off topic. But I was able to actually find an image of probably what you were thinking that the final fight would go down to. I'm gonna send it into the Dark Pines. You are more than welcome to send it. You're more than welcome to show it on stream.
Oh God.
Thank you for the permission of showing it on my own stream.
Yes.
That is amazing. Hold on, give me a second.
That is actually hilarious.
I made that like in the last 5 minutes, and I'm so happy about it.
It's a shame that's not lore accurate.
I feel well, it is now technically.
Denny's parking lot.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I was a coward, so like I never even put my sword up.
Well, you were a coward, but now like you're the ex-party member is my thought. So.
Oh right, yeah, that's fair.
Can I add in? Do you know the meme that's like the story and then the story if blank character had a gun?
Yeah.
You mean the fucking thing that Pluto sent in there? Was it Pluto who sent that?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Let me look,
don't know.
I made some jokes to it as well.
I just checked. I mean, I was checking my character sheet yesterday, obviously while we were playing, and realized I have proficiency in guns.
Yeah. Okay. So
that would have been so much better.
So the issue, one, we don't have guns in that world. Two, with artificers, it specifically mentions it is up to DM discretion on whether or not you actually have access to a gun. It specifically mentions. No, I know, but it specifically mentions like if your world has guns and your DM allows it, then you can have proficiency with guns. It's just artificers automatically come with that proficiency.
It would just be so funny. We just redo the campaign, but Stroff has a gun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I had a ruler to hit people with.
2 more hours of talking about an elk.
Let's go!
No.
I put the meme up on stream, but like also
Amazing.
Once again, I love all of you. Fuck that. No.
Yeah, no, that's so fair.
I was also going to add on, if you did start in a town with like characters and stuff, honey, I probably would have made that like a 4-hour stream right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
But I found that book one, by the way. Domain of the Nameless
Mhm.
God, and then Domain if Star had a ruler to hit people with.
Yeah.
And that was
Yeah.
from Pluto.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, but like, honestly, this is something that Pluto in chat will know. What you were kind of saying about like it taking 4 hours in the town. I can confirm that purely because in my in my last campaign, there was this whole ordeal where like we ended up just going out and like having to like pull off a massive like really quick heist to try and buy someone's beer because someone drunk it on the way. I was like, yeah, something like that would have happened if we had been in a town. We just have gotten so off the off like off topic, just doing random
would
shit
have
about
not
the
left.
town.
Yeah, I'm a little worried that you guys would have been just like running through the town, which I would encourage. Like, talk to the NPCs and everything. But then you guys would have just been like, hear me out. I don't actually want to do the plot of the story, so let's go fuck off
Hear
somewhere
me out,
else.
I like it here. Like,
One
Hear
of
me
us
out,
would have
this
tried
seems
to
fun.
choose one. That's all I'm saying.
I just
Damn, that got real quiet after that. Okay, never mind.
I
Guess we
I
weren't
didn't
all
fully
thinking the
process
same
what you
thing
said. I'm gonna
there.
be so for real because I'm
but
like
here,
I'm
like,
still thinking about like all of the other stuff that happened in the world that I feel like I could have absolutely changed or like done different now that I have the experience that I did. Because Gaz, I'm gonna be so for real. I didn't realize you basically had like no experience whatsoever, which on me. But like,
Zero, nada, zip, zero.
yeah,
My only experience was watching it. I'd never touched even well, apart from the one shot in the previous week, before the campaign itself. I had never fully even
Researched?
looked at the book. To be honest, like I had zero knowledge of what I was doing. I was just completely winging it.
that. Oh my
And how
god.
do you feel now after this?
Worse. It, worse in a sense that
there's blood.
this really is not for me, is it? Like,
Okay,
I'm saying to
maybe
the party after.
maybe a survival horror campaign, yeah, but like.
Oh,
Well,
If you're
okay,
okay.
yeah.
doing a heist and stuff for fun and running away from like the magic cops,
Well,
I don't know.
Wait, hold on. You're wrong. You're wrong.
No, you, Kiro, that's not entirely true. Now think about this for a second.
What?
When
Think
when
about,
me and Gaz went to Comic-Con together, we
yeah.
played a mini session of a D&D a D&D one shot.
No, Honey Heist is not a D&D one shot.
It's a TTRPG.
Yes, but it's not D&D. They are
D&D is a
completely different things.
TTRPG. Not all TTRPGs are D&D. What?
I know,
Guys,
but it's
Thank
close.
you.
guys, I fucking
You
got
didn't have
sorry.
like zero at all of playing it. You had a little bit of different
Are you saying,
Wasn't
Prof?
genre.
was that the first time or the second time, Prof? Crow.
Guys, sorry. I'm just like, I just got fucking so shocked with Mr. Phoenix right over here just shouting objection. Like, I was so taken aback. I was just like, holy shit.
What's funny is that I like playing the Phoenix Wright games.
Yes, so do I.
So I can see it.
It just pops into my head because I remembered Honey Heist.
Yeah, but Honey Heist is not like.
It gives you insight into what a TTRPG can be. Yes. Is it a D&D campaign?
A fun TTRPG. Who said that?
That is true. It was pretty fun. We were bears.
Oh, I'm remembering what Honey Heist is now. I got to like
Yeah.
vaguely
I've
play
never
it
heard
like
of Honey Heist.
I got
but
to,
it
like-
sounds interesting.
So fun.
Yeah, I got to watch / kind of play like a couple years ago, but I never got to actually like sit through one. But like, I am gonna distract just a little bit because we do have a
Yes.
question in chat for Gaz
Ooh.
of what your
Oh.
favorite thing was for your first campaign. So like, out of everything, no matter how terrible it was, like, what was probably the favorite thing for you?
I've been put on the spot.
That's
Pulling
what
out
happens
his
when you have a
campaign.
live cast. Like,
Yep.
No,
The spotlight is on you.
No, not that kind of on the spot. Like, oh, literally, I'm on the spot.
you just said the same thing twice. What?
Yeah, no, there's I had different meanings in my head.
Mental
Probably the. I'll be honest. It was probably the interactions with Crow. Like, I was having fun with it. We all know this, but yeah. So yeah, the interactions with Crow.
Breaking news: Gaz likes the drama.
Yeah.
Breaking news: all of us are theater kids.
I think
Yeah.
That's
you're
weird
not
because I
correct.
wasn't.
You give
If I
off
remember
theater kid
correctly.
energy.
I'm aware of this. Okay, I say I wasn't. I was in 2 productions, but they were like 10 years apart, so I don't think
Okay,
that counts.
and
I was.
That's a
I still don't think
damning
that counts.
accusation if
I
I've
never
ever heard one.
performed theater. I just listened to a lot of musicals, and I liked cosplaying. Like that's my theater
Oh
kid.
hell yeah!
Mom
I
can
actually am a theatre case.
Mom can go
You
into
guys
my
even-
history of being a theater kid.
Oh my god!
You guys haven't seen the mug collection that me and my dad have from going to all these theatre shows. So you know what? Maybe, just
Aw.
maybe.
That's sweet.
What's interesting, Gaz, I believe it was the second episode. Star can correct me on it. Like, I was trying to role play with you because I wanted to test like your limits. Because I remember you saying like, "Oh, I've never done D&D before." Part of D&D in my head is role playing, so I wanted to see how well you wanted to do with that as well. And then I feel like that kind of just got the ball rolling, and then it was now just the Crow and Gaz show over there.
I'm so sorry.
Well, once again, it doesn't help for the
Crow
fact
Dash,
that
yeah.
I had literally just been like, okay, so what order do you want to check in on your party members? And you gave me the exact order of Tara, Katarina, Stroff. So I was like, okay,
Yes.
bet.
Well, I was
Tara,
asleep
Katarina,
outside, so.
Stroff. Everyone
No.
was asleep.
Everyone was asleep. It was the order in which I came across these people because I was outside, and it would have been Tara was the I
Tara
think
was
Tara
out
was
asleep outside
yeah, you
because
were
I was on
asleep
watch
by the
with you.
fire. Prof was at the door, so to speak, and Crow was lit. Damn it! I'm sorry. I just called fucking I'm
Okay,
interjecting
we've been doing it
names.
all stream. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Fair
it's-
enough. And Stroff was fast asleep at the back of their camp, so to speak. So you know, of course, I'm gonna check on them last. I wasn't expecting that to happen, but of course, I'm gonna check on them last.
Well, yeah,
Me
that's
neither, honestly.
okay. So, fun future note: if a DM asks you, like, how do you exactly want to do this, or like, are you sure you want to do this? Generally, it's, oh God, they have something specific planned. Maybe I should be a little wary.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, because it was my first time playing in like an actual like the DM knows their shit type thing where I felt like it, because you did the entire campaign, you felt like you knew your shit.
That's sweet.
Even if it was your first, you've the entire campaign you felt like you knew your shit. So me being so innocent, I had no flipping idea of how this was going down or what was going to happen next. I had no trepidation, and then that happened. I'm like,
I'm gonna be honest. Out of like the early stuff when we were still trying to figure everything out, that was genuinely one of my favorite moments of just being like,
no, absolutely. It so should be.
Your body freezes. You get stabbed. You wake up, but the wound isn't there. Who do you want to check on
you came
first?
Up with it on the spot.
I did actually come up with that on the spot.
Yeah, I remember you saying that at the end of stream.
Yeah, I came.
Made more note that the wound wasn't there. Fuck a duck.
Yeah, I literally specified. I was just like, the wound isn't there.
I remember.
And then you were like, man, I need to go
good,
check on my teammates. And I was like, okay, who specifically do you want to check on first? And
You sweet summer child.
so it was always going to be whoever was the last one you checked on was going to be the one who was stabbed. It just so happened to be you checked on Stroff last.
Oh my god.
No.
Also, would like to point out something else. At the start of all of this, I thought the sanity thing only went up to 20, not 200. So
I thought I said I thought
that was a weird awakening.
I thought I said 200 to you.
I think we kind of just
No.
forgot the
You-
limit for the sanity stuff.
No,
and
You
it
guys
was
did
just-
forget the limit pretty
No,
frequently.
like genuinely, at the very start of this, I genuinely wholeheartedly thought it was 20 or maybe 50.
No,
So
that's what I was
Just forgot to
saying
add
is
an
I
extra
I thought I told you guys, but like
nope,
You probably did.
no.
It could have just been like your brain kind of glitch, Gaz, because I do that sometimes. Where it's sometimes like I'll leave, like, even if I'm just thinking of a number in my mind, I'll like leave off a zero on the end, so it's like 200. Okay, 20, got it. Like,
I did stretch, by the way, Pluto. Everyone else stretch too.
okay.
Means I have to
Also, like,
No
Fine.
shrimps
Oh
here.
my god.
Whilst
No shrimps.
whilst we're
Shrimp.
stretching,
Yay,
I'll
shrimp.
mention
Ooh,
something
no.
that's kind of
Damn
been
it, now
like
you're making me food.
on my mind
Sorry.
really quick that I probably want to tell both chat and stream. Oh, that's something I'm about to make an announcement. No, it's nothing like that. Sorry. It's just I think that my Wi-Fi, me being rural town bitch, is a little shit. Is a little shit. So as a result, I think there's a little bit of mic delay. So if it sounds like I'm talking over people, I'm not trying to. I promise. I'm really sorry. It's more just like I think like I hear a silence and I try to talk, but then someone else talks like, oh shit, that's my mic delay. So don't. So I'm sorry. It's pretty much what I'm trying to say.
You're
Just talk over me.
You're good.
One, anxious baby.
Yeah.
2, you're fine.
Mhm.
And you call me the
Also,
anxious one, don't you?
yeah,
Okay,
true.
okay, okay, okay.
Wait,
So,
I didn't.
Gaz, you
Sorry.
are the most anxious out of all of us. Prof, you are probably the second most. Crow, you mask it.
Yeah.
Where the fuck does that leave me? Didn't I text you one time? Like I actually broke down after like I was so overstimulated or something after like one
Yeah.
of the sessions.
Yeah, I
The
think
That's
so.
picture of mental
anxiety though.
stability.
It's
Something
hang on a
else.
minute. This is weird then, because I must be anxious in the moment, but after the moment, I'm like, and
Yeah.
I'm not
This-
anxious in the moment, and then after the moment, I'm like,
mm.
It's like, oh, that happened.
I'm not anxious in the moment. The first thing they think after stream, God, I was so fucking stupid on stream. like, also as well.
I get that. I get done
Yeah.
with stream, and I'm just like, time to go to work. I ain't got
Yeah.
time to be anxious. So like,
That's called
Also,
emotional suppression,
just-
baby.
what? I
Just
don't know what you're about.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, I
what
get
Pluto
that.
says
I
is
get that in the beginning.
yeah. What Pluto says, you're not rural, prof. You live in a place with people. Compared to you, yeah, I'm not rural, but compared to like the people who live in
Everyone
cities,
else.
I'm
Like
pretty
me.
sure compared to everyone here, I'm the most unrural you can get.
Yeah.
yeah, I think.
Really?
Crow, think about it.
Yeah, I'd say either me or Gaz are probably the least rural. But
Yeah,
that's to be fair, in the UK, cities are a lot smaller than the
Yeah.
US, so it's easier to be closer to the city in the UK than in the US.
Mhm.
I was about to say, and then here's the Americans over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I
I
live
think
in a small town, but like it's not like the smallest I've ever been in, and it's also not like it's not necessarily medium sized because I live next to a medium sized town. So like
um
I
I'm searching up a really quick thing just out of curiosity
Mhm.
to add to this.
Oh.
while you are
1
doing
second.
that, I'm going to answer Rome's second one. Or well, it's actually for you guys. Would you want to play your character for a second time if you or play someone new if you went into domain again?
With
Oh, hell yeah.
hindsight,
I would
with hindsight, I'm
yeah.
being a rogue. With hindsight,
Yeah, we're all being rolled.
Yes.
With
Join
hindsight,
the yeah, with the
I might
hindsight
actually
of
be
my
a bard
fucking
this
like
time around.
hmm.
Because those are like one of my main ones. I just, for some reason, with Paladin, I completely forgot. I think it's because I haven't played it in forever. I don't know.
Wait, Jim, did you have access to Divine Smite?
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh
lord.
my god.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I'm pretty sure I did. Well, like
Probably.
I'm saying, for some reason, you told us like in the very beginning. It's like, okay, this is going to like affect your wisdom and something else. So I'm like, all right, paladin is the perfect option, and I have the double attack thing. But it's been so long since I played paladin, I forgot everything. Even if we played, during the middle of it. It's like, oh, why did I do this? I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah, you did not remember that you had a double attack until like halfway through the campaign, and then I don't remember any time actually that you used Divine Smite.
There's also auras where everyone could have gotten a +1 with their saving throws or whatever they were
Oh
rolling.
yeah, that too.
Like towards the end as well, if they were like 10 feet close to me. And I think I realized that during the scuffle in the cave when Gaz was gone.
Yeah. 1, delicious water. 2, hydro. Everyone drink.
Also, I'm answering the question before we move on. I would want to play a different character. I love Stroff, but at the end they were basically unplayable. Because I put myself
I fucking wonder why.
And that was my bad. But I would love to, like, if I was to go back into Domain World, I'd love to play a more personable character to see how I could fuck things up that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like
I wouldn't. Oops.
No,
No, you first.
yeah, okay. I think with me, I definitely want to play Katarina again. However, I'd love to actually get more like properly written down with the backstory and things like that. Because I know it's like Domain is nothing. Oh, you expect your characters to die, don't get into the backstory. But I think the thing is, like I want to try and more become Katarina. The main thing that I need for that is voice training. Hopefully.
I feel
but,
like that's more of just like a personal choice rather than
the
like
trans
yes,
experience.
yeah.
But yeah, so I need to do.
What I thought you were
I
going
want to
with.
do. Wait, sorry.
What I thought you were going with was like, oh, you want to be more theatrical with how you want to like embody your character. It's like, nah, I just want to be
trans,
this bitch.
baby.
Kind of as well. I think I just kind of want to. I want to actually like learn, like do more character studies before I actually like do it. If you know what I mean. Because I
That's
think
fair.
I had the problem. I had the problem where it's like I was finding the character of Katarina as we were going through, which is like, yeah, there's a part of that, but I also kind of wish that I had a lot of the ideas that I had earlier as well, if you know what I mean. So it's like, it's kind of like I'd love to do Katarina again, whether that be in a domain or just, for example, if it was just in a more regular D&D session or something where I get the chance to use her. But it's more just like I want to know, I want to actually get down. I want to learn my character sheet properly as well from the start.
That's so
But
fair.
yeah, I think it'd be a kind of thing as well. But also at the same time, it would be fun to have a different character as well to like pick up. So I'm kind of like I'm on the fence. I guess is the best way I can put it.
Yeah, which is completely understandable on that too, because like honestly, one of the things that I try and go for when I make characters, I don't I I'm very bad at rolling. Like my luck in D&D is very shit for my rolls. And so generally I play like very middle of the road characters. But I noticed a trend since I started playing D&D that my characters are either I'm so tired, but I have to be the leader, or it's I am literally so naive because I'm basically baby. Because
In the nicest possible, sorry, in the nicest possible way, there, Star. I'm tired, but I have to be the leader. Cough, cough. DM. Cough, cough.
Yeah.
So what I'm thinking of, what I'm thinking of there, I kind of mixed the two together in my latest character that I had made, Crimson, where she's baby, but also she's sassy enough that she ended up. This was an offline thing that ended up being fantastic, but I ended up winning a game against our party leader, which means that I became the party leader for a day. So everyone kept turning to me for decisions and shit, and I'm sitting here like, I am just the random fairy you just picked up. I don't even know what you guys are doing. Like, we kind of had like late night talks and stuff for like what you guys like, where you guys came from and stuff, and kind of who you're fighting, because you're fighting Vecna. And all of a sudden all this responsibility is on me. Oh god. Because my character didn't even know that Vecna was a thing that still existed, because they had been so separated from like the material plane and stuff. And yeah, they're going through the Feywilds right now and just discovered a castle that is considered home. And the reason why is because the whole reason why the party was forced to be there and was drawn there in the first place was they were supposed to overtake it because the people who run it are time travelers who were just like, yeah, if you guys don't do this, then your timeline is completely fucked. But we couldn't figure out how to get into it because the puzzle that came from it was actually a puzzle from before most of the party joined. So only 2 or 3 players would have known how to get in. I think I actually, because in that campaign, I actually write down everything that happens, but I do it from the point of view of my character. So if my character doesn't see it, I don't write it down because why would my character know that? And it was let's see. It was one of my players tried tried blasting the door and ended up making a character-sized hole in the wall because when using Eldritch Blast, they got pushed by the door with the same force they put into it and got blasted into the wall, Looney Tunes style.
Oh my god.
And
it's like a perfect outline of them. That's
No,
really funny.
it seriously was. We had to like yank them out to get them out from the wall. And we had to solve a puzzle, and the puzzle the puzzle thing was to enter you must speak the words of righteousness, which only 2 or 3 of our party members would have known because it came from a different campaign that they were in. And one of our party members tried Open Sesame and then tried knocking on the door, but the force of even trying to knock the first time blasted him into the wall and his arm got stuck.
Oh my god.
So then he tried I'm home. One of our I think he's a paladin. He tried his oath that he made to his people. And the first thing I said was, because we were told it was 2 words, and the first thing I said was, man, that was a lot more than 2 words. And then the doors boarded themselves up. So we couldn't even get access to it.
It's like, no, you're not home.
No, you're not home. This oath, fuck you.
Honestly, like, just for some reason the way you said that, it just like it had the mental image of just some like walking up, like imagine it's just like you've had a long day at work, you're getting home, but you're not sure if it's locked or not. It's like, oh, well, I better knock so that my darling partner knows that I'm home. I goes to knock, I just puts the fist straight through the door and just shouts, "Honey, I'm home!"
And then yeah, the words ended up being "open, please." And the way that my character had been standing there because she ran to go to the first person who got stuck in the wall because these idiots are my responsibility. So if they get hurt, I have to take care of them. And so I had been watching everyone else's subsequent attempts to get in. And then I think it was our party. Was it? No. It was the first person who tried getting in had said, no, wait. No, it was our party leader. Our party leader had said, "Open, please." And the way I have it written was, "It was open, please. Gods above, I swear." Because at that point, Crimson was just fucking fed up. But no, what ended up happening was the master of the castle was dead already, and they were waiting for a new master. And so whoever ended up touching a knob in the center, like whoever touched it first was going to become the master of the castle. So now we just have a time-traveling castle. I do not have the capability of being able to explain it to you succinctly without just re-explaining the story.
No, you misunderstand. I just zoned into one specific phrase in order that start. Like I'm just
the knob in the center.
I'm sorry, I'm not British.
The ears prick up at the mention of peepness. I see.
I'm not
wasn't
British
even
either,
that.
but I know
It wasn't
that.
that. It wasn't that. It was I zoned into open please and then continue the conversation just a little bit more. And it's the first one to touch the knob. I'm like, what? You're the master.
Oh god.
Okay, that's fine. I'm zoning out again.
I'm clocking out again. But
I just
God, no, like it was just like poor Crimson is so stressed right now because all these idiots are also trying to kill themselves. And so it's not as bad as you guys. You guys were particularly bad, which I have said several times over, and I will continue to say. Your characters, toddlers, just learned how to run and grabbed forks.
Listen,
Yeah.
it really was Mike. That is me in that case. I genuine toddler over here. No fair.
I do kind of like how like at a lot of opportunities you're like, oh yeah, this campaign that I was in, it was horrible. I was working so hard. It wasn't as bad as this one. Don't get me wrong, this one was shit. But like,
What's
I
funny
hated
is
the characters. Like,
I now imagine in my head like Star is holding a leash and we're just all of us are just suddenly leash kids and we're
Yeah.
just running every
No,
which way.
literally, that's what it
Oh,
felt
no.
like. And honestly,
I
if I ever get it down on paper, because like I've had an idea of what like my VTuber looks like in domain as like the nameless god, the DM. So if I ever end up getting that down on paper, and then I can get like what your guys' character sheets look like what your characters look like, I would genuinely get that as art because that's so stupid.
Stuffs.
What?
I need
I'll
you.
do it myself.
I need you. If you're gonna have this, I need another version of it to have just like stress all over their like stress beads all over their face at the mention of anybody in the party.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
You're just like, oh,
also
Gaz is here. Oh no, Gaz is here. Hang on.
Listen, I'm just saying, there's a
Well-
reason why when I do future campaigns, I'm more than happy to be your guys' GM. It's just a matter of not all of you.
yeah.
I stress
I
meter
think-
when Jem does something fucking stupid.
Okay. No, the one thing that I'm kind of sitting here and I'm just like, why would you do this? Is the fucking baby sling.
That was
I thought that was
Why
hilarious as
not?
hell.
Okay,
Thought
it's
that was
funny.
innovative.
It's funny, but it ultimately led to your death because you did not have your own movement speed.
Yeah. Well, no, I was out of the baby sling at one point, and then I was like, you know what?
No,
screw it.
what happened was Katerina had tripped and fallen,
Funny.
and because of your poor roll, you fell out of the baby sling and fell off
Oh,
What's
wait,
funny
shit.
is like
because
What's
you were
funny is,
at
like-
disadvantage.
Wait,
yeah,
hang
because
on a
I
minute.
couldn't move, and
Yeah.
I pointed that out stupidly.
Hang on.
Yeah.
I've just fucking realized something.
Mm.
So of all the characters that died in this campaign, the person who had the last contact with them was Katarina. I've just fucking realized because Tara fell out of the sling, and then I got the last like strike on both Algon and Straff.
Yep.
Mhm.
Katarina's a fucking murderer, Christ.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's
No,
why we
I
don't know
fell out of the
Katerina's fate now.
swing. I was like on the steps still, and then like after that whole betrayal bowling pin with people thing happened, it's like nah, I'm out. And then
I really need like meme art now of like all of the characters being bowling pins and just Katerina coming up for a strike.
Fuck off.
what's funny
Um,
is like I saw like someone in the chat say Paladin Rogues multi-class can be really fun. I was also going to bring up that baby sling when we first did it. I'm like, well, we technically did do that.
Little
It's like,
bit.
we just worked together.
It was just two
Yeah.
different characters, and then they decided to be
It's just
idiots
in a
together.
silly way we worked because Katarina was my movement, and then I did kind of. We both worked together with attacks.
Mm. Like there was a question that I was wanting to ask about characters to add to the podcast. But Big Rome's also asked a question, so we can answer that one, and then
Yeah, let's do Rome's first and then
I'll keep my
yours.
message.
So
Yeah.
how as players do you feel about the outcome of Domain Season 1?
As players?
As players.
Okay.
Fantastic. I enjoyed every second of it.
After all, oh, sorry, you go ahead.
No, I felt very satisfied with with pretty much everyone's character ending, apart from my own, because I was really tired at the end of last session, and I just felt like I wasn't. I felt like I was just saying like the thing, and I was like, okay, right, I should have done that better. But yeah, that's why I said it's over to the fan fiction, right? I panicked. Okay, I just.
Yeah, I saw that you wrote that.
I really love the actually come up with interpretation aspect of it a little bit, because it's like that could lead into season 2 in an odd way, shape, or form.
Yeah, because the whole thought behind it was like, oh, if I don't say anything and I just say, oh yeah, Katarina lies down in the grave, that leaves it completely ambiguous. So if I wanted to end the character there, we could just always add an amendment. It's like, oh yeah, Katarina died. If like we're on the complete other end of the spectrum, if you wanted to bring Katarina back for like one fight in season 2, that was always an option. So it's kind of like just leaving it open ended to any course, whether that be in like I guess in canon or in fanfic or in fanfiction or anything like that. But then Star just asked, so what happens here? And like, shit, that was the whole point.
Like,
Don't
fuck,
make me
I
answer.
panicked.
And I just panicked. And I was like, fanfiction, go. Like,
well, I wanted to be able to,
everything-
if you wanted to have like a definitive thing for your character, I wanted to give you the option to like do it. But if you didn't have
No, yeah,
that, then
that's-
like,
no, it's valid. Don't worry. I think it was just like the case of like we were on different wavelengths where it's like there's not really like no one did anything wrong. It was just like we didn't understand what was going on either side. Like,
which once again ties back into y'all just kind of skipped over the story.
We're so stupid.
yeah, exactly.
I think that's like my main takeaway from the campaign is like the outcome for me anyway is I definitely want to take notes the next time I play a campaign. I love Domain, don't get me wrong. I feel like I would have loved it so much more had I taken notes instead of going in blind every session. That's on me though. Other than that, like the outcome of like all of us basically dying apart from only confirmed Lady Disdain not dying. I think that was really I think it was
crazy,
well done.
by the way.
I think it was good.
You know what the funny thing is?
What?
If I really wanted to, because of the time dilation and the time loops that happen in the gates, technically all your characters could be alive.
That's true.
Oh, shit.
Because
Just in a different
And
point in time.
if you want a cameo from a paranoid Stroff at any point, you hit me up.
It's
Yeah.
really funny that the song
Same
that
thing
just
with
popped up was
Katarina.
Paranoia, by the way.
Yeah.
But no,
after everything
Go ahead.
After everything that had happened from episode 1 of just like joking around and all that shit, which I still feel kind of bad every now and then, but it's funny. To like when like my character died and it felt like a proper ending for some reason to my character. I don't know why, but it just felt right to do it for some reason because I couldn't literally think of anything else.
Yeah.
And
Like, sorry.
yeah, just with everything, it was incredible. I didn't even know it was your first campaign as well either, Star, but
I had a
after
couple people
everything that's
surprised by
happened-
that.
yeah, after everything that has happened, even like with me being jokey and whatnot, I don't think I like the only thing I probably would change is knowing my character better. But other than that, I probably wouldn't have changed anything.
Yeah, like like I know I've already said stuff, but the other thing that I just like I forgot to mention it. It was something that I kind of just only clocked like after stream and after we had gone to bed and things like that. I never realized because you were kind of talking about like that felt like a full, almost like a full circle, if you will, for your character and things like that. I do find it a little bit poetic, if unintentional, that because Katarina was like I think twice like got in between Algon and Stroth like in their fights. I do find it a little bit poetic that Katarina was also the one who made them like get buried together. In like the kind of way it's like I know we were kind of joking about it, but there is something about that.
I
I
thought
don't know
it
what it
was
was.
cruel.
Yeah.
Which is part of the
A part of me
reason.
thought of that too, but it's like
It's part of
also
the
kind
reason
funny.
why when I was describing stuff, I was just like, so you bury both of their bodies together, but because both of their souls have been decimated to be able to seal the gate, neither would be alive in the afterlife to give a shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it was more just an idea of
I
just
left at this point.
Katarina having this delusional idea of being able to like get the party to like do shit together for once. It's like, and it's finally it's like they can finally Katarina is able to like have unity in the party. It's just a shame that everyone's fucking dead. Like,
You know what'd be particularly cruel? If you keep Katarina alive and she turns into a necromancer, like she goes into like the subclass for necromancer,
yeah.
and
Well,
Oh
you'll
my
have to
all of
find out
her
in
dead
season 2.
friends, all of her dead friends are now the puppets that she uses. That would be particularly cruel.
Oh my god.
That is a very cruel idea. And as I
Speaking
said,
of-
you'll have to find out in season 2.
Oh my god. I
Speaking
I
of
wasn't
puppets-
actually planning on streaming that. That was supposed to be an offline one, and then everyone kept talking
Never
about it.
mind.
Everyone kept talking about it, and then there's like
You
a
put too
couple
much
people who
pressure,
are
it's
just
going live anyway.
Yeah, it's probably gonna
Yeah.
end up being a live thing anyway, just because a lot of people seem to be very excited about it, and I was just like, well, I mean, it was supposed to be an offline one, so that way I didn't have to worry about streaming
yeah,
it.
with
But
the amount of subs that you racked in from that.
okay,
season
that
finale.
was just kindness. Like,
Yeah.
I
I-
you say that, but like there's people genuinely probably wanted to celebrate the end in the first place. So
that's
like
kinda what I was
kindness,
saying.
yes, but celebration either as well.
How many PCs are in season 2? Rome, you have access to that. You can see that. You can see how many players are in there. But
It's-
hold on before
it
you
is funny,
continue,
though.
just because
Sorry.
I had some
Yeah.
notes from Jim's stuff, and then we can continue.
Okay, yeah, go
But
for it. Sorry.
yeah, no, like
For my stuff, what?
yeah, you brought up the fact that you didn't know that it was the first time I DM'd. Like,
Oh yeah.
I personally say that is specifically because the stuff I was going off of is so well written. Like, it's just basically like a guideline, like following a recipe book. And while, yes, some of it was like me being able to narrate and stuff, genuinely, I think the book was doing way more heavy lifting and made me look better.
Well, still, you did really good for your first time out.
No,
So
and
good job.
for sure.
I do appreciate that,
Hell
but like
yeah.
I'm just saying, like, if you want to see a proper masterclass, like especially now that domain is over, the podcast that it comes from, Dark Dice, has some of the PCs, like Ayas Inskeep. He's actually a PC the uh in the podcast, and Baron is his kid. He's part of the party who goes into the Dark Pines to be able to save his kid.
Yeah.
So you added
I
little
feel- I
bits
feel-
and pieces here.
Once again, if I had an emotional connection.
Okay, putting that to the side once more, I understand that you didn't have that, and that once again is feedback that I will put into being a GM in the future. But like, if you need another podcast to listen to, I highly recommend Dark Dice. It's part of the reason.
Okay.
It's part of the reason why I wanted to do Domain, and I'd been holding Domain in my back pocket for like over a year to be able to do, because
fair enough.
because it's such a well-written story, and now I'm beginning to truly realize that like I want to do like the more lighthearted fun stories, but there's always just this little like earworm in my brain of just like, but how could I turn this into horror?
How can you
How-
traumatize?
How could I traumatize someone and like have those little moments and stuff? Like,
There was like one of the episodes. It's like I think Croft's character, Katarina, was the one who noticed it. It was like puppet versions of us.
Yes.
Ooh,
And my
I
character
saw the note of that.
didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
My character didn't like obviously clock it, or I just saw like everyone running. It's like, why are we running? All right, I guess we're doing this now. But it's like I'm now curious on like what were the thoughts on that originally, and
Mm.
like
So
what were you
that
trying to do there?
that was a tie-in from the Delphinium doll that you guys picked up at the beginning of the campaign.
Oh, you bitch! I picked up that doll.
So that doll that you guys had carried the entire campaign was spying on you, and it had anti-identify stuff on it, so that way it made it look like a magical object, but you couldn't tell what it was from.
Oh, for
didn't
fuck's
know
sake!
Once again, you guys
Oh.
did not investigate a lot.
Oh my god. We just
Oh,
assumed it was
well.
a children's doll because you said like a child probably dropped this and
It
that
was a
it.
children's doll, but
Damn it.
the
But it
eye
had extra shit.
the eye got replaced in it, and it became a way for the cult of the Nameless to spy on you.
It was a child's doll. Then it was sold on eBay.
Basically.
Oh gosh. Right.
Damn it.
So the quick question I had that I was going to mention was where did people, if they got any at all, get any inspiration for their characters, whether that be just through names or whether that be through actual character?
Ooh.
So,
I yeah.
Have you heard the book of Wing It?
Okay.
So there's no inspiration for Gazgat.
Nope, at all.
Okay.
my thing is like I very much had inspiration for when I was creating the character, and then as soon as we started playing, like none of it stuck, and I just went with what happened. Because originally, my character was inspired by Wylan from Six of Crows.
Oh yeah.
Wylan Van Eck, who honestly great character, love that guy. But then once we actually started playing, my brain went, this is like what makes sense of like your reaction, so do that. And it kind of, I didn't focus on like backstory and stuff because that's not really what the
Star also
campaign
told
was
us not
about.
to.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
literally was just like, because
not to, but
I grew
that was
attached
the
to the character.
inspiration anyway.
I grew attached to your guys' characters, so I really didn't want them to die, and I wanted them to see this through. But originally, there were like 2 or 3 spots where you guys should have absolutely died, where I was just like, I'll
Well, you also
let up
did
on that.
make a few TPK areas, so
I didn't make those TPK areas. Those are actually in the campaign itself, and they are notated by the author of being like, hey, so there's like 2 or 3 TPK areas where if your players are fucking idiots, all of them will die.
Well,
and you know what we are? Fucking idiots.
yes.
Yep.
but we miraculously did not die.
You want to know why? I pulled my punches.
Yeah, no, I'm not
Yeah.
surprised. I know that I was at least Stroff was very close to dying many times, and I know it was like, yes, this would have been a TPK had it not been like you being nice to us.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
is
Crow,
which is part of the
sorry.
reason why I had used the death marks very, very sparingly. Because
I thought you were gonna be way more cruel with them. I'm gonna be honest.
I honestly thought so too.
But also, you
Oh.
should know me as a person, and the way that I usually work with that stuff is if I can help first, I'm going to help. If you spur me, I am going to hinder.
That's fair.
So if I took a death mark then, you probably would have launched my ass into oblivion already.
Okay.
Sorry, I have something.
Hold on.
Sorry, really quick.
I do have a note about that. I love you guys a lot. Part of the reason why I don't want to DM for all of you as a group again is specifically for the fact that you guys will go joke after joke after joke, especially when I need you guys to lock in. And then I can't get you guys back on track again. While yes, the joking
Yeah.
is fun, eventually it gets to a point where it's just fucking annoying.
Yeah,
Fair
that's
enough.
so fair.
Yeah, it
We
is
locked
quite
in
fitting
for
that you
no
said
jokes.
that, because the thing that I was about to say is, Crow, speak you for yourself when you say that we are fucking idiots. I'm single, so I'm not fucking idiots.
Oh my
Sorry.
god.
I had to.
That's
I
what you
fucking
were
had
going
to.
crow, crow, crow over.
Yes,
Really?
it was.
A crow.
My god.
But
Hee hee.
to backtrack a little bit onto Pref's question earlier for like inspiration for the characters, I kind of went with my previous knowledge because I've been in D&D groups and stuff in the past. Not great, but I've learned from my slight experience. It's like I just kind of went with like, okay, I see the theme where the DM wants to go, so I kind of went into that a little bit, and to make more of a connection with my character, I for some reason like having a full name to it. So that's instead of just Tara, it's Tara Evelyn Zerkoff to like make it like whimsical. I feel like in my
Oh
head.
shit, I forgot about that. Oh my god, I didn't tell anybody. I thought it would have came up at some point, but my character's real name isn't Stroff.
What?
What?
My
What?
character's
Wait,
real
what?
So you also kind of have me to thank on that because when I was setting up the tokens, whenever I was like putting those in the background, I would rename your token to not include your real name because it had not been revealed to the players.
Yeah, I appreciate that, but honestly,
I never noticed that.
I thought that it would have been like a like lore thing, like between big sections, like when we were at the campsite, and just never happened. But yeah, Stroff's real name is Astrafel. And they go,
Oh!
yeah,
Sorry.
and
I
like
think
it
I
was part of
remember
like,
seeing.
yeah,
Sorry, I think I remember either you. I don't know if it was very early on or something like that, but I think it was like I saw that name or like something like that, but then it changed to Stroff, and I rather than thinking it was like anything like that, I just thought, oh, you changed it.
I thought so
Like,
too.
no, it's that. Hold on, I'm getting my sheet up just now, just so I can like actually say what I need to say. But like basically, the original thing is because I was very much going off of like the inspired by Wyland Van Eck. My stuff, like backstory stuff for Stroff, was that they came from like a somewhat wealthy family, but didn't agree with their family, ran away, and had to say their name was something different, so people wouldn't go, "Oh, that name! Oh, I know that family." So their
hey,
real name is Astrafel Alaric, but went by Stroff for the entire campaign, and it was only like I was like, "Oh shit, I never actually told you guys that."
okay.
So there was a
Now
full
I'm
name.
now I'm just
Mhm.
thinking, remember when I for once decided to stay awake in the camp because of my role and like you fell asleep? If you
Yeah.
stayed awake, I would have so loved to like role play it like that scene. It's like, oh, my actual name is this, and here's why.
Yes.
Mm,
But I put the spelling in chat just for funsies. But yeah,
yeah.
that's and you can see Stroff is part of the name, so I was like, oh, it's kind of like a nickname, and then yeah,
Ooh.
Mhm.
so
I love
So
that, honestly.
I think was I the one who gave you the Alaric part? Because I think I remember we were talking,
I think
and
so.
like
Yeah.
you were looking for name suggestions, and I said Alaric. Um, that kind of ties into my name as well. But did I ever tell you why said the name Alaric?
Was it's something to do with trains? I remember that much.
It was a character from the Railway series.
Yeah, there we go. I knew
Yeah,
it was
with
something like that, and I was like, you know what? I
mhm.
kind of like that name actually.
With me, like when I was kind of, I think when we were getting the names down, I think I was busy the week that we were making the characters, and I made the character, and I was like, I'll decide on the name later. But because I panicked and I couldn't think of one, I just like got up a whole list of characters from media that I quite liked. So that's why, for example, I gave Crow the idea of the name of Alaric. Which if we want to go fully technical, um, they are from the Railway series. I can get up the specific book. Uh, Hang on, if you
You're breaking up.
You're breaking up, bestie.
no, I'm here. I'm just searching one.
No, your
Yeah,
mic
we're
Okay,
is
saying your
can you
mic
hear?
is breaking off.
And Prof's internet is dying.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
fine. It's fine.
I will add quickly while Prof is searching that up. No one will care, but Astrophel was chosen because it's the name of a star. It's a star constellation.
Ooh.
I think there was
You are
like
on
some sort of
my
meaning behind it.
channel, Starlight Datura, telling
And you say
me
no one
that I would not
care.
care about the name of a star.
I meant like chat, but I can't remember
no,
That's fair.
specifically why I chose that star. But yeah, Astrophel is the name of a constellation, I think. It's something to do with stars, either a star or a constellation, and I chose it because I thought that was cool. Anyway. Prof, hello?
Hello, Prof.
Astrophil
Everyone
means
went
star
so
lover.
quiet.
Yeah, because I was looking it up.
Ah, okay.
But it's not that it's a star, it's that it's a poem. It is telling the story of Stella, beloved by Astrophil. So Stella meaning star and Astrophil meaning star lover.
I could have sworn it's a star as well.
From what I can tell, it does not look as though it is actually a star unless they named the star after it afterwards.
Possibly. But yeah, so it was tied. I knew it was tied to stars in some way. And yeah, there we go. So enjoy being gay about that, guys.
What?
Honestly, I like every single time I make a character, there is meaning behind the name.
Yep.
Like every single time.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah. we
Yeah.
can.
Hey, there we go. Sorry
The
about that.
temptation to say no.
But yeah.
What?
But yeah, no, that's part of the reason like why I named Crimson Crimson, because I'm too lazy to put their like profile picture up, but they're a fire fairy and they focus
Ooh.
on explosives. They're also a artificer.
Oh my god.
But they focus on
Mhm.
explosives and stuff in
Right.
creation.
Yeah.
Okay, I have what is needed for telling you about Alaric then.
Okay.
So Alaric is from the 19th book of the Railway series called Mountain Engines, and is specifically a mountain engine. There you go. I need to just get the number of the book up. But anyways, so with like kind of related to that, with the name of Katarina, I can't remember if I've told anyone this, but it's a character from Doctor Who. Um,
Of course.
fucking shocker that the one with a Doctor Who profile picture has a Doctor Who name. I know, right? But also, it was one of the names that I was considering when I was coming out as trans. I don't know if I mentioned that to many people. But
Nice.
the other thing was when Star said, "Oh yeah, like expect your character to die." That was in my mind when I chose the name Katarina, because Katarina was the first companion on Doctor Who to die.
Oh my
Damn.
god.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Damn.
Katarina was a companion of the first Doctor for a brief time. She joined in the serial The Mythmakers, and then the series after that, The Daleks' Master Plan. In episode 4, she gets sucked out of an airlock and dies.
Damn.
That is such a terrible way to go. Holy shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that was
fucking horrifying when you watch it the first time round, because it's black and white Doctor Who and there's not that
Yeah.
much music and things like that. So literally you
Mm.
just see her lifeless corpse flying through space in complete silence in black and white. It's fucking horrific.
Yeah, because that's back when Doctor Who was still supposed to kind of be like an educational show, wasn't it?
That sounds
Yeah.
horrifying.
Yeah.
hmm but yeah, there you go. That's the story behind Katarina. In terms of character, I think I just made it up. Like I got the names
Made
from
it up on
places,
the
but
whim.
I made the whole character up.
Fair.
So I have no clue what happened with my mic there, but does it sound all good now?
Yeah,
It sounds
all
fine
good
now. You were just really like breaking up a lot, but you're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, it might have been that because I was researching a lot of stuff before stream, I have a lot of different tabs
Yep,
open.
that would do it.
So maybe when I went to go and like look up that thing with the other thing, it just maxed out my CPU for a minute.
It
And
just
it
shafts
just
itself.
decided, you're not talking. Goodbye.
It's the thing of I have 20 tabs open and I don't know where the music is coming from.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
What's interesting, I'm just going to put this like little input because I thought about this for a little bit in the beginning that I believe Katarina was the one who found the doll originally and was trying to lead us to like some sort of the campsite where like people were
Yep.
at first.
That was
when we started
literally
out.
the first thing that you guys did.
Yeah. During that, and I remember, I think it was like I pulled a sword or dagger out, and I like aimed it at Katarina. I wanted Katarina and I to have some sort of tension, a little bit like Stroff and Algon, but like not too crazy. But I wanted to have like that enemies thing at first. But then as time progressed, it did turn into like, okay, it's kind of like a mutual, like, we're just working together, we're coworkers, to like best of friends, mother and child.
Like,
And
that is
then
quite funny, though. It's like,
it
it was
is
like, I
quite
want an
funny because
edgy
it actually
relationship with you.
happened.
Yeah, it's like, I want an edgy relationship with you. You like, oh, it's like, oh, I want this to be deep in character lore. No, we're having soft tacos later.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
we literally did while Stroff and Algon, like we were sharing chips or something like that.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
When Mother Natura cameo came up on that second TPK area. We were just chilling by the steps that entire
You know what the
time
funny
while
thing
knocking
is?
over
That's not a
statues,
TPK
but
area.
I thought it was.
Nope. That was just you guys you guys being very inept at fighting.
Yeah. And they're really good at fighting in
The
D&D.
place with the ruins and stuff?
So the TPK areas were the village that you guys basically skipped.
Mm. There was a village we skipped?
Yep. The
What?
I literally bitched about it on stream about how I was having to skip over like 7 pages of notes and shit because you guys skipped
I wish
over
I
it.
knew about this.
The second area was the area with Lorik. So when Mom first originally like cameoed.
That's
And
what I was talking
then
about.
the third area was the very last area of Domain when you guys were when you accidentally awoken the Nameless God. Because if you guys had looked at the Nameless God, if you guys rolled low enough, you would have been instantly obliterated.
Oh.
If you
So
rolled
we had
below
some semblance of common sense.
if you rolled below a 6, you would have looked into the mouth of the Nameless God and seen the abyss, and it would have decimated your mind.
Is this where you were angry at me because I decided to kill myself?
That
and
was
I...
before. So
Oh, okay.
the reason why I was angry is because I was just sitting here like, with where you decided to kill yourself, you were the linchpin on the reason why the Nameless God awoke.
Yeah. I may have technically woken up the Nameless God, but I did help save the child with my death.
Did you?
Well, if you guys had moved a little faster, there would have been a couple more there.
So technically,
I just like the one thing that like keeps running through my mind whenever you mention that, like, oh yeah, you were the linchpin. The only thing that comes up in my mind is thanks, Gem. Very cool.
I feel like that is Star's mentality right now.
Well, it's just more of like,
Yeah.
I'm not angry that it happened because the Nameless God may have ended up coming up anyway. It's just more of a matter of like,
Were you going to get there in time?
yeah, were you going to get there in time, and would you have sealed the Nameless God before he had a chance to awaken? And what ended up happening was no. No, not whatsoever, because oh dear God, you guys were just like, you guys were just
Fighting on the
taking your
steps.
fucking time, is what ended up happening.
Also, just to mention to chat as well, Gals just had to dip, but they're all good. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, just so that you know, like, Gaz didn't just explode. Don't worry. I don't know why that's
Well-
my automatic response for everything. It's just if someone
They
like
just explode.
stops talking, it's like
Yeah.
they have fucking died.
Well,
A
I
million dead.
want to go ahead and get some of Mom's point of view on this, just because I know she was a late come-in, and then
Oh,
I
yeah.
want. I need to go ahead and wrap myself, just simply due to the fact that I actually have a one-shot after this. So I want to give myself like 15
Ooh.
minutes. Yeah, I get to be an eldritch god. It's gonna be great.
You're cheating on us already. The breakup.
This
was
is literally the
yesterday,
same
Star.
group.
you.
This is literally the same group that Crimson comes from, but it's a new DM.
No,
Ooh.
it's not fair. I tease.
No,
Plus, if we want to
I
talk
thought
about
you'd-
cheating, I've been in 9 to 5 for a while. Like,
Yeah.
I've got 9 to 5. I've got the offline one. I've got the one from before I created Domain that actually helped teach me D&D. Like,
Damn. So our relationship meant nothing to you.
How dare?
oh my god,
Look,
you guys
Crow,
are
just-
so fucking dramatic.
Oh,
Before we
absolutely.
go
Bro,
on
Again,
to
theater kids.
But once again, I
Mm.
want to get Mom's POV on stuff because I know she's been a bit
Mhm.
quiet this time too.
yeah.
I've just been listening.
Yeah, but like, I know you definitely did not want to play a cleric.
I did not. I did not.
And so,
What would
But-
have it been originally?
I hadn't even I was just I hadn't even thought about playing it all. I mean,
Mm.
Star had mentioned it a couple of times, and I was kind of thinking about it, but I hadn't gotten to the planning stage at all.
and then I was like, hey, you want a cameo?
Oh yeah, the cameo. I was
And that's
like,
where
okay.
it spiraled.
That was great.
That's where it spiraled.
Yeah, and then I went,
Yeah.
hey, do you just want to be a player?
You didn't say that you just want to be a player. You were like, hey, I need you to come on here next.
Because we're idiots.
Yeah,
Just
'cause-
hurting ourselves and each other.
You guys would have died because I know that Cupcake, Zaftari's character, had to dip just because like IRL stuff. And so that was your only like kind of healer. And then you guys would have fucking died. You guys would have died so often. So I was like, "Hey, Mom, I know you played D&D when you were a kid. You want to have another chance to play D&D? The stipulation is you have to be a healer."
I was like, oh.
You want to play with
God.
these gay bitches? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Well, I'm like
I remember
90%
when,
sure
like-
that everyone who was in this campaign was queer. So like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
of some point.
Yeah, I remember when the Mother Datura first joined us, just out of like a like kind of the jump scare thing. I remember just like I was just really excited because it was the kind of thing. It's like I think there was a bit where I did the thing where it's just like I accidentally just end up forgetting to talk to people, and I think I did that, and I was like, damn, I kind of like I want to check in with Mother Turret. I was like, oh yeah, here's your new player, by the way. I was like, oh shit, yay, right on cue.
hey, I'm
I
still
will
Says,
say,
Mother, can you heal
Go
my
ahead.
hands?
your mum jokes have calmed down now that I actually have regular contact.
seriously,
with mother.
seriously, my favorite fucking thing that has come out of this and like having my mom join like the VTuber space and stuff and like join me on streams is that everyone who would make a your mother joke at me instantly goes, I don't want to because I know Mother Datura and I don't want to disrespect her like that. Damn.
Yeah.
I
I
know,
don't want to
like,
disrespect the mother right here.
I've had
It's
several
like
people tell me.
two wolves inside of me that like wants to say the your mother joke, and but the other one is like, no, but Mother Datura is so nice. Like she's such a nice human being. I can't do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's literally like knowing Crow outside of stream is like um Crow made a lot of your mama jokes, and then and then Crow both met Mother Sura and also met my mum outside of stream and things like that, and I haven't heard one since.
Yeah.
Not one.
Like, oh my god, they were really lovely, actually.
I don't think I've said a your mom joke in so long because either I know Prof's mom, and obviously I know Mother Datura, and then Gaz always says the thing about his mum, and I'm like, well, I can't make fun of anyone's mums now.
It's not fun anymore.
It's not fun.
I
And
still
think
think
the last time The last time I heard a your mom joke from Crow was when I was editing one of the Phasmophobia videos.
My issue is now I have two people who are in this chat who have been watching stream who I regularly receive D's nuts jokes from now. So I'm just sitting here like, I traded your mom jokes for D's nuts jokes, and I don't know which one's worse.
These are the
Why was-
consequences of your
Poison,
actions.
why was my first thought when you said about the D's nuts joke? It's like, well, they can't make your mother jokes anymore. How do we stop them from like making D's nuts jokes? And my brain just went bottom surgery. And I don't know where the fuck that came from.
No nuts. These nut rights revoked. But yeah, so you've ruined my relationship with your mom jokes.
You're welcome.
I'm sorry.
You're welcome.
You should
Don't take
be.
the fun
That was
out.
like my one funny bit.
Okay, but hear me out. Instead of being able to make your mom jokes, now you just have a mother figure.
You know what? That's so true.
So
Yeah, I was so worried. Everyone was gonna hate me when what went down went down. I was like, oh no, everyone's gonna hate me.
No,
I'm just like,
absolutely not.
please,
I
for
was
the
like,
love of
oh my
God,
god, yes. Like I
save
knew
the child.
that there was another like if there was gonna be another sacrifice, it was gonna be Stroff. I knew that. Like there was no way that
Really?
was gonna happen. I fully thought it was gonna be Katarina that went for Stroff. I'm not gonna lie, or Stroff was gonna like themselves.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
insane, but like I respect it.
it had been planned for
I
a
was
couple
fully prepared.
sessions that Lady Disdain was gonna stab whoever won that fight.
Oh wow.
I'm so glad my death was so planned out beforehand.
Yeah.
I honestly thought like whoever won, either Stroff or Algon, I was thinking it would have been like a theatric moment with them. It's like, yes, our quarrel is finally over. Now I can live like
Yeah.
freely with this weight off my shoulder. And then they just fucking die. It's like,
Yep.
what?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I tried to like make it as like holy shit as I could from my side, 'cause I was like in my head, I was just picturing Stroff kneeling next to Algon's corpse, just hitting it with the axe over and over while like screaming and crying and covered in blood.
Wait, I
Like
know you're
in
being
my head,
serious.
that's how it happened. In the game, it was actually Katarina that did the final blow, but that's not the point. In
Can
my
I
head,
say my
that's
thought
what
now?
happened.
I want to say my
Yeah,
thought
I
on
was
this
fully
quick.
prepared. I was fully prepared to I thought maybe Katarina would hit me once I hit Stroff. And I don't have a whole lot of hit points, so I was fully prepared to do the sacrifice if it came down to that. So then it would have just been
Good
you
thing
and
it
Katarina.
whiffed.
No, I couldn't hit Mother Datura. Couldn't do it.
I'm gonna
I
be
want to say my
honest.
thoughts real
Go
quick.
ahead. Go ahead.
On like the whole like when Crow said like I'm just like punching or like hitting Algon, I'm just now thinking of that like Batman meme of like, hey man, you okay? You want what he's at?
You want some of this?
Justice for Gotham.
Yes, exactly. That's it.
Oh,
That's it.
yeah.
But just
And
like
it was
my brain was just like they're just getting all of like the stress and everything from the entire whatever's happened the past however many days, years, months, whatever. I can't remember exactly. It was the number 2 and then something. But yeah, just getting it all out just on Algon's corpse. Sosbro.
So
no,
a couple notes on that specifically because we are coming close to time. It is outside of the time dilation. You guys have been in there for a couple weeks. Outside of the time dilation, because the time that was slowing down to prevent the nameless god from coming out quickly and giving the outside world more time to prepare. It had been 2 years since you guys had walked through those gates.
Oh my lord.
Really?
Because you guys took so long.
Damn our shenanigans.
I was keeping track of the time in the background, so every single time you guys fucked around or made jokes, other things like that, where it would actively stop you guys. So, like, when you guys backtracked for an hour, it actually translated to, like, a month in the real world.
Damn.
Oh, wow.
That's good.
That's the reason why I was just like, you guys, you are on a time limit because the time dilation outside is going on still. And anytime you have time dilation that's like that, it fucks with your memory. It's like when you're going from the Feywild to the material plane. Speaking on Mono's comment of, I thought Baron would not have been able to speak because Lady Disdain should have been covered in blood after 2 deaths, so Baron should have been scared. Baron had been going through this world watching the other children die. He was... Fun fact about Ayas Innskeep, he used to be an assassin until he adopted Baron. So he's literally an assassin's son who turned into an innkeeper and a shopkeeper. So death isn't necessarily like a thing for him that would be too spooky. But yeah, no, he literally had watched every other child around him die. At that point, how much death can you witness that until you become numb?
Damn.
So
Also, that arcane
Fucking
song.
uh-oh, my guy.
What a fucking line.
mm-hmm.
So that arcane song that happened in the background during that.
Oh
fight
my
scene
god.
was also kinda accurate.
I am
You
going to
curate that
be
shit.
entirely true on this and admit where I got the idea from on that. So, a couple weeks ago, I was watching Convergence, and Medicus Folstar had that song on in the background for the ending, and I was just like, damn, that goes really hard. I've heard the song for over 2 hours now because of how big this fight is, but Jesus Christ, that's a fucking hard-ass song to have for a final fight. So when I was looking through... When I was looking through on my Spotify trying to find a song for the final fight for ours, I was just like, you know what? Fuck it! Because I don't want to have to be, like, scrolling through songs trying to find one that would be really good for this. I'll just go with Ashes and Bound. Like, whatever.
I can't believe you doubled down the trauma that Arcane Season 2 gave me.
Honestly,
while my character
I
dies.
doubled it and passed it on to the next guy. And
You did.
on
How dare
that,
you?
I will go ahead and have us raid out somewhere so that way there's less trauma because I need to get ready for the one shot.
That's
Before
so
you
fair.
do,
Also,
I just realized something that I've just done, which is a bit stupid. I completely forgot both yesterday and today to put it in Crow's Discord that we were going live.
Whoops.
That's fine.
Whoops. It's fine. I forget to do that all the time. Thank you,
Also,
Rome.
thank you to all of the chat members that participated in the campaign. It would not have been what it was without you guys. So thank you.
Yep, which I really
Thank you
appreciate.
to all the
that.
fucking goated saves as well. Like,
Yep.
I think, thank you, and also I'm sorry to Plateau for the amount of times that you've bailed me out specifically, only for me to then get a worse roll.
Yep,
Like...
yep. But yeah, I will go ahead and do outro stuff, so please help support these lovely people. They're amazing. Join Discord. I will eventually host community events, and that's where you get most of my updates for stuff. Especially when I'm like guest appearing on other channels. So if you have my Go Live notives on, that doesn't fucking matter if I'm guest appearing on a different channel. Bit Tales. So what is it? This Friday we're doing storytelling stuff. Please join. Have fun with that. It's fun as fuck. I'm gonna be forcing a bunny butler to be telling stories live. It's gonna be great. The Realm. Join us there. Yes, 2-Bit Tales. Thank you, Bun. It is bit libs and bit proms. Don't even with me, Bun. But also join Realms. I regularly do things with them. They're all idiots. I appreciate them too. But yes.
Oh?
Rum's been doing this for weeks. He keeps threatening to eat VTubers. It's fine. We're not doing the raid message. We're just raiding into Rouville. It's a rooster and chicken sanctuary where they help take care of roosters and chickens. They are friends with Our Chicken Life and Dash Ducks, which is how I actually found them originally. So I'm raiding into them so that way we can just have like a relaxing time looking at farm life. It's great.
heal from the trauma.
Stomp you out.
Oh, for
Alistair,
sure.
fuck you. I'm gonna
Yeah.
end with that. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
See you guys
Bye.
tomorrow for my podcast with Mizo.